What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every single day. We do have a big program for you this afternoon. We will get you caught up on what's happening in the world. We'll do that around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour, it's Animal House. One of our favorite guests, Daisy Fiore, drops by from the Audubon Center for the Birds of Prey. Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel will join us as well. And, of course, in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll do trivia. We'll end it up with a call from our buddy Ross Padgett. And we'll do You Heard It Here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the show. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, C-Lane.
Hello. Hey. What's happening?
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show, on X, just at Jim Colbert Show. All day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Send us a talkback if you like. That's easy. Grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that mic to send your comment over to C-Lane. We'll get you on the air. Your 3 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Monsters had a winner this morning.
They did, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Now I think we're up to 4 winners.
Wow.
Ooh.
Usually we would have about 10 by now.
12, sure.
Yeah. Nothing happening there. Everything's fine. GRAND is the word, guys. Again, slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. That is the word. How you guys doing today?
Not bad,
Not bad,
Yeah.
Well, you've already done a 4-hour shift.
Pretty good. Yeah, no, obviously you can see it apparently you can see it on my face, according to Jimmy.
Don't listen to a thing Jimmy says.
It's so funny because whenever you or Sabby come in right after the show, I'd always be extra thankful because doing like 8 hours of this is brutal. And of course, you guys have a lot of conversation and we also do a lot of conversation and stuff. So I thank you greatly.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. It's fun. I like Wednesdays.
Well, awesome. How do you as well, man? Especially when you're here, buddy. Had a weird thing coming in. A couple things to get started today. We do have a bunch of fun stories to talk about today. So I pull into the area where I usually gas up. And like my gas is in a pattern. Not about you guys, right? I almost run out of gas at the same time every week, so I know when I have to get gas, and it's almost always coming to the radio station.
So it's interesting because last night when we left, I had lamented that I needed to stop for gas. Jimmy's like, well, where are you at? Quarter tank? I'm like, maybe a little less. You're fine.
You're fine, dude. Quarter tank is enough.
I've got 50 miles left up. It'll be enough to get me home.
Oh, yeah, it's plenty, man. 50 miles is like for me, I'm not even thinking about getting gas if I have 50 miles left.
No, 50 I don't have any sort of, I don't notice that like, hey, I need gas again. It must be Thursday or something like that.
Right.
But I just wait till the light's on.
Is that what you do it?
Yeah.
For me,
do you
it's touching,
skate on fumes?
It's got to touch the orange for me. I'm not even interested. The light annoys me.
I wait till the light's on. The light is annoying. And then after that, I go, all right, well, should I do it on the way home or should I do it in the morning?
Right.
I'm perfectly fine doing it in the morning.
Right.
I often stop for a soda or some food anyway, so it's kind of right there.
Yeah, and it also is dependent on your path because usually if you know in your path there are a number of gas stations, you have no problem with that. The route that Deb and I take to work every day and back doesn't really have many gas stations because we're on major highways half the time we're on the road, right? Mm-hmm. So this morning coming in, I pull into the normal place I pull into, and I'll out them straight up. It's a 7-Eleven.
All right.
Right across the street. When I say across the street, I mean I could stand in the parking lot of 7-Eleven and toss baseballs into the parking lot of the racetrack. That's how close it is. It is literally separated by a 2-lane road, right? Mm-hmm. I pull in there and I've been checking the price of gas because we've been talking about it, right? So I looked down at the pump and it said $4.59 a gallon.
Woo,
I'm like, wait,
good times.
I'm like, hold up. I drove by here just the other day and it was $4.23. I didn't see any news that would indicate that gas was going through the roof again. Matter of fact, it was the exact opposite. I saw that nationwide, it was actually dropping a little bit, right?
Right.
So
I hear Deb talk about it.
Right, exactly right.
I don't pay attention to the prices that often unless I'm about to fill up, but then Deb usually includes it when things are going on in the gas world, and so then I kind of know.
Well, we have a 30-mile drive to work.
C-Lane.
Like every day for us is I think 53 miles round trip. So we pay attention to this stuff because we burn a lot of gas getting back and forth to work, right? So I look over there. So I said, well, I wonder what racetrack is charging.
Not when you drive a sensible speed, Jimmy. If you drove a sensible speed,
it's just me.
You wouldn't have to You wouldn't have to worry about the price.
So I was like, I wonder what racetrack is charging. These guys are charging $4.59 a gallon, and I walk over there so I can get clear of the trees. It was $4.09 a gallon.
Oh no! You paid 50 cents a gallon more.
I hadn't pumped yet. Because I saw the $4.59 and I had put my card in and got cleared to pump, but I didn't pump yet. And I walked over there. I said $4.09, pump out. Card out over there. And this is what I did. Tell me if this is good. I'm telling you, I'm finding myself slipping into these things where I felt I feel
what,
you probably
grumpy old man things.
You shouldn't be doing this. Like, you should not be doing this. I marched my ass into the 7-Eleven and I just asked a simple question. I said, is that right out there? Is it really $4.59 a gallon here? She goes, yes. And she looked exasperated. She looked really. I said, well, it's $4.09 across the street. She goes, I know. I don't understand it. I'm like, well, I'm hauling ass. There wasn't one person getting gas. And I didn't recognize it until I hauled ass. I was like, there's nobody getting gas here. I went over to the racetrack and I filled up and it saved me $13. I figured it out.
Wow.
By going across the street.
So I will say
50-cent difference.
I will say that what I said just now is normally true. Usually I wait till the gas light is on and all that. But this particular week, I did get gas early because 7-Eleven's doing this deal where on the 7th and the 11th of the month, you can get 50 cents a gallon off your gas.
Yeah.
And I had already stacked that deal with a couple of other things that you could text in their text code.
Right.
You could text a bunch of them, and each discount would stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
So there were people about a month ago that were spreading this around on Facebook, and they were saying, listen, if you text the following words, this, free deals 30, a whole bunch of things, you could get up to like $1.47 off your gas. And some of those have expired now, but either way, I was like, let me at least use the 50 cents. And I think I still had like 30 cents lingering around there to get 80 cents off per gallon of my gas. And even though I was only like about a quarter tank, maybe even a little more than a quarter, I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this.
Got to roll it up.
Helps.
That's right. Got to roll it up. And I just found that amazing. So, obviously you got to, the whole point is like double check what you're paying, because sometimes you just pull in there and you assume the national average is like $4.23 and that's what everybody's going to do, but it ain't like that. Some of these places are owned individually and they can set their prices as much as they want. So I almost got ripped off for $13 today.
I've made that mistake once.
Down by the airport.
Down by the airport.
Woo!
That gas station that you never want to stop at.
Yeah, when it's $2.50 here, it's like $5.89 down there.
And that's what it was. And so I was pumping the gas and saw the price, and I was like, oh, hell no. Turns out when you go in with your driver's license, they're like, oh, yeah, no, you can get it for whatever they're going.
They have a Florida price?
They have a Florida price. You go in there
almost,
with your driver's license, and they'll give you a local rate.
That's so sketchy.
That almost doesn't sound legal.
It's so sketchy.
It's not. I mean, if you remember, that gas station had been cited numerous times for always kind of hiding their sign.
They put them on blast in the news too.
Exactly. So then finally they lifted the sign just a little bit, but it's still hidden by the bushes.
There's another one that is not anywhere near the airport, but it's just as egregious, and it's a little bit off of Disney property in kind of the just outer rim resorts, and just tucked back in there, kind of by Ford's garage or somewhere over there. There's another gas station that is just always, they're probably like $8 a gallon right now.
Because it's the last ditch effort you have to fill up your rental car before you get hit for the full tank price.
And I get that about the rental car one, about being the closest gas station to the airport. I don't know what these guys at the resorts are doing. Maybe they're just like going, hey, if we put the price that high, maybe they'll come pay it.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, 407-916-1041, text 77031. I got a little game a little bit later for you guys, but I want to ask you right now, just kind of preset for everybody out there to listen. Right?
Yeah.
How well do you think you know everybody here at work? Like, how well do you think you know? Like, here at the radio station.
Not well at all.
You don't. So even on this, even personalities at TKS, do you not think you know them all that well?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay. How about you?
I think I know most of them pretty well.
See, I do as well. And I would even throw in maybe some of the other radio stations because I have a pretty good working relationship. I've been around here a while. I've known Taco and Pat for like 30 years. I've known the guys over at Roomba, Jenny and John, for many, many years.
I did learn something today about one of the members of another radio station, though, that was kind of an interesting story.
Well,
Spill the tea.
Share that later.
The tea.
But so my point is this. I just want everybody out there to think about the people you work with, right? And then when we play this little game later, I wonder how many people could guess what I'm going to ask them accurately. This just kind of came to me a second ago while I was kind of wandering around the building. And I wonder because...
Now, be honest.
Because I tried to figure it out. And I couldn't figure it out. And I have to tell you,
Where did the inspiration hit you, Jimmy? Where did the inspiration?
I can't tell you because I don't want to give it. I want to give the bit away.
What?
But I'm telling you, something happened today, and I was like, bam! I wonder who is that, and I wonder if I know who that is. And I
thought of that where you were at?
Yeah. I will explain. It'll all make sense later. I promise. Every single bit of it will make sense later. And then I found out something else today too. Right?
What's that?
I don't know about you, Chris. I'm sorry, Ceiling. It doesn't matter. All right, very good.
I don't mind being called by my name. It's fine.
So I found out something I do not like, and I know as you get a little bit older, you find out these things that kind of that are odd annoyances. And I want to know if it's like a generational thing. I'm going to ask you specifically because you're the youngest guy in this room by like 5 generations.
Hey, come on now.
So if you're driving and you go to switch lanes and the car in front of you switches lanes at the same time, does that annoy you?
Probably.
Yeah. God, I found out how much exactly annoyed me yesterday. I'm on my way home, and I go to switch lanes, and the car does it right in front of me, and then does it again to the next lane because I'm trying to go all the way to the right, and I cursed solid for about 4 miles. and I did nothing wrong.
Were you exiting the highway soon?
I'm just changing lanes, trying to get to the right-hand lane because that was the lane that showed me I could get past everybody as I looked down the road, and it just, look, the guy did nothing wrong. That's
annoying. I would be a little more lenient on the act if it were something like, when I go home from here, I don't have as big a drive as you do. What did you say, 60 miles round trip?
Well, yeah, it's round trip. I think it's 27 miles, Deb, or something like that.
Something like that.
I'm about 14 each way.
Yeah,
so it's significantly less. But when I get onto I-4 leaving here, I have to immediately get over all the way so I can hit the express lane.
That's right.
And there's other people that have to do that too. That annoys me a little less.
And you don't have as much space as you should to get from that exit to that express lane. It's 5 lanes. And it's one of the most busy parts of the entire interstate right there too.
And even leaving work at 3:30 or if I really have something to do like 3:01, it's still, if I don't get to the express lane, if somehow I'm boxed out, and once in a blue moon I am, there will be some sort of incident down the road in the regular peasant lanes that's going to make me a lot later than I would normally be.
The rando in the basic lanes?
The rando lane.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041, text 77031. Got some news for us?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Alex Murdaugh's murder convictions being overturned. What? Closer to home, the newly elected Apopka mayor is tied to a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, man.
And Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg expand their gin and juice portfolio. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right. Grand is your 3 o'clock keyword. That's GRAND. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash on Elephant Trail at McCulloch Road. An accident on 408 westbound before Goldenrod Road. Emergency crews have moved that crash off to the shoulder on the Turnpike northbound before I-4. Traffic's getting by smoothly. on I-4. You won't be running into any trouble affecting your ride right now, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Advanced Air Home Service. One call does it all.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at Advanced Air Home Services.
Well, boy, it's getting hot out there. Now, if your AC is making funny noises, just needs a once-over, or your home isn't as cool as it used to be, visit AdvancedAirandHeat.com. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806.
Right now, Renewal by Andersen is giving Orlando homeowners the power to choose. For a limited time, pick the offer that works best for you. Take 20% off your entire window and door replacement project, or enjoy 24 months of special financing. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years. You know, living in Central Florida means dealing with extreme heat, high humidity, and rising energy costs. And if your windows and doors aren't performing like they should, your home could be working against you and your wallet. The good news is Renewal by Andersen's energy-efficient replacement windows and doors are designed for Florida homes, helping keep your home cooler, cut drafts, and ease the strain on your AC system. All you need to do is schedule a free in-home design consultation where their experts will guide you through the full replacement process from design to install. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com and choose your savings today, or stop by their showroom off of Lee Road in Winter Park. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
What does your ex and traffic have in common? Both can hold you back. At TK Law, they help you move forward with confidence and a plan for your future. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Here's your spring upgrade. Sun's out. Drink in one hand and a free Samsung Galaxy phone in the other. All on unlimited 5G. Switch to Total Wireless and stay connected through every road trip, beach day, and everything in between. Now that's a total power move. Offer ends 7/8/2026 or while supplies last. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires new activation on a Total 5G Unlimited or Max 5G plan, single or multi-month plan. Additional port-in ID verification or device financing requirements vary by device. Purchase limits apply.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
My AC stopped working.
You again.
I need my AC fixed.
You're quite the pest.
I should have called Frank Gay.
But should have called Frank Gay.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need your air fixed, don't call the wrong place. Frank Gay has helpful operators and techs that will have your AC fixed in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon,
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Yacht Rock Radio on iHeartRadio drops anchor and goes commercial-free every weekend. Weekends were made for smooth sailing. Yacht Rock Radio's got the soundtrack. Just sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy. The smoothest soft rock from the 70s and 80s. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and set sail.
iHeartRadio. Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Gas wars. Yeah, here's an interesting trick. Be on the lookout for this. I pull into a gas station at Royal Palm Beach about a week ago. It says 409. You get up to the pump, it's 409 for credit. Cash is $4.99. Talk about a gag, man. Hey, C-Lane, what's up?
Usually the way around, right?
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what gas station by the airport you're talking about. Gee, I'm sorry. I got a really bad cold today. Gee, yeah, the gas stations I see over here are pretty normal. There's one gas station. Gee, it's a little bit high. But you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.
That didn't come through in the transcript, the thing he was trying to say in his sneeze there.
Yeah.
It just said, G.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I don't...
all right. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1. Grand is your 3 o'clock keyword, GRAND. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. C-Lane's right over there, and Deb has your news.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
Still makes me laugh. And JCS News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Former South Carolina disgraced lawyer Alex Murdaugh is having his murder convictions overturned in a 5-0 vote. The South Carolina Supreme Court granted Murdaugh a new trial today. The justices said a county clerk improperly influenced the jury in Murdaugh's original trial. Murdaugh was convicted in the killings of his wife and son in March 2023. Of course, the case has been the subject of numerous books, podcasts, and documentaries.
No good.
All right. Tensions are rising ahead of the high-stakes U.S.-China meeting. South Florida Republican Congressman Carlos Jimenez is not mincing words about President Trump's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. He warns that traveling directly to China hands Beijing a major public relations coup.
Look, I'm not a China fan. I really am not crazy about the president going to China. I think if they're going to have a summit, it would have been better in a neutral place. This is kind of a PR coup for Xi, having, the President of the United States come to China to go see him.
Jimenez says he deeply distrusts the Chinese government and is urging President Trump to use the meeting to confront Xi on fentanyl manufacturing and secure a better trade deal for American workers. All right, there's been a major shakeup this morning in the early 2028 presidential race after new poll results were released. A new Atlas Intel poll shows Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
That was the poll right there.
It is.
Yeah, got the update.
It's surging. You heard it here first. Is surging to the front of the Republican pack in the 2028 race for the White House. Rubio now leads Vice President J.D. Vance 45 to 30%, while Governor DeSantis trails at 11%. Insiders point to Rubio's highly praised White House press briefings for the numbers jump. On the Democratic side, the same poll shows Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez leading a crowded field with Pete Buttigieg and Gavin Newsom close behind. Now, none of the potential candidates have formally announced plans to run, but early polling is already shaping expectations for 2028.
Yeah. I told you guys J.D. Vance wasn't a serious candidate, right? I told you guys that yesterday or the day before, and I told you that about 4 or 5 months ago. This guy is a clown. Nobody takes him seriously. He has literally been backdoored at the White House the entire time. Marco Rubio is the adult in the room on that cabinet. By a million, he is the adult in the room.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt.
He's the only serious guy in that cabinet you could even consider for a vote for a Republican right now, in my opinion. Go ahead, Deb. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. Florida's alligator Alcatraz is reportedly shutting its doors for good next month.
What, a year?
Not even. July of last year is when it opened.
So immigration advocate Guadalupe de la Cruz says this isn't going to stop the lawsuits against the facility.
Not just about closing the facility, which is a big win for our community, but it's also about accountability to all the stakeholders who opened the facility, ran the facility under horrible conditions.
Now, the New York Times says the Everglades facility is too expensive to run. Duh. Costing taxpayers $1 million a day to operate. Yeah. Everybody was telling them that when they started building this damn thing.
So stupid.
ICE says there are
duty calls, though. You know those.
Exactly.
Those porta potties are important.
$750 million in
for
about
a company we'd never heard of.
In about 8.5 or 9 months, only to shut the thing down and get told by the feds you're not getting your money back after being promised. So we are on the hook for that. Yeah. All of us right here in this room are on the hook for that thing down there that lasted 8 months.
And I remember Maxwell's expose on the porta potty company.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, we talked like a week or two ago about how they'll spend millions of dollars on this porta potty thing, and they wouldn't shell out $180,000 for a phone system constitutionally required for detainees to be able to talk to their lawyers.
That lady's completely right. They haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg when it comes to civil suits in this. They can't even dream about how many civil suits are coming out of this thing. You have no idea. You just wait. Well, that just goes for this entire administration when it's all said and done. But that thing down there is going to be a line from the Glades to Tallahassee.
Including environmental
Mark my
groups.
Words.
When you think about it, this governor has poured billions of dollars into Everglades restoration just
Which is unbelievable.
To undo his own work.
Can I tell you, he's been a champion for the lagoon over there as well. I mean, this guy has really worked hard for the natural...
wild Florida.
Yeah, wild Florida. And to do that just seems so... I don't know.
Well, like I said, ICE says there are 1,400 detainees at the temporary holding site.
I wonder what that is per detainee. Somebody will work that math out, I'm sure.
Well, unfortunately, though, as we've heard, we don't even know. I mean, we don't know what that $1 million a day goes for, except maybe lining someone's pocket. All right, Apopka's newly elected mayor is linked to an alleged Ponzi scheme. Just how you don't want your term to start.
And by the way, this thing was very contested. Do you remember seeing any of this stuff?
Oh, my God.
Dude, this was like the best of small town mayoral fights. They were going to each other left and right, accusing everybody of. It was really fun to watch for a while.
This person yelled at my wife, so I'm going to support this person. Well, a subpoena has been issued for Mayor Nick Nesta's financial records. Now, he's tied to a possible scheme involving Orlando businessman Chris Delgado. Authorities say Nesta represented Delgado in real estate deals and also received campaign donations from him before becoming mayor. Yeah. A couple of other political notes. Florida's Attorney General is going after a Central Florida prosecutor again. Attorney General James Uthmeyer criticized Orange Osceola State Attorney Monique Worrell yesterday after some violent offenders were given sentences he thought were too lenient. Gotta say, I'm not a big fan of Uthmeyer, but I'm kind of with him on this one.
Yeah, there's a couple of cases with Worrell I'm behind him on as well. I agree.
So, I mean, now I'll tell you for her side what she says. But for example, Marcus Anderson was indicted for capital murder and could have gotten the death penalty. But after a plea deal with Worrell's office, he got 4 years as a youthful offender. The family of his victim is absolutely out of their minds that he only got 4 years. Uthmeyer says it was a sweetheart deal, and he accuses Worrell of neglect of duty. Worrell, though, says, listen, those sentences are given by judges based on laws passed in Tallahassee. And she tells the Orlando Sentinel that Uthmeyer seems to think she has some kind of authority over the judiciary that she does not have.
You think maybe we're overcorrecting a little bit on sweetheart deals after some of the stuff down south?
Yeah, I mean, look, I could name 15 of them. Right, that's exactly what I thought. Right when you said that, right off rip, that's exactly what I thought. But it's playing tit for tat in these things. I mean, and look, these aren't the only ones. You can go back in her history and see that she's been very lenient on cases that we would probably think would fit more. But like she said before, it's what the jurists.
What
says,
the judges, but at the same time, though, it's your office that's offering this deal.
Yeah.
So how can it, in the end, be the fault of a judge if it's your office that worked out a plea deal? Why did you work out a plea deal for someone who's looking at capital murder?
Which is insane.
I mean, it doesn't matter if he's a youthful offender. We've seen plenty of youthful offenders being tried as adults based on the circumstances of their crime. So speaking of crime, this is nice. This is nice to see that we continue to lead, at least in this area. And that is Florida has a new law designed to protect animals and pet owners. Governor Ron DeSantis signed 2 bills yesterday to strengthen animal cruelty laws and enhance consumer protections related to pet sales and financing. So House Bill 559 includes new felony penalties for acts of animal cruelty. Think of like dog fighting, cockfighting. Senate Bill 1004 will require pet dealers to disclose financing terms before a sale is finalized. DeSantis says anyone who mistreats or exploits animals or tries to defraud those who care about them will be held accountable. And to that end, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is forming a task force to overhaul the permitting process for exotic animals. It comes after the deaths of at least 55 sloths at a warehouse in Orlando linked to the now abandoned Sloth World attraction.
We are in the process of finalizing an executive order that will temporarily prohibit the importation of sloths into the state of Florida.
Director Roger Young says the temporary ban is part of an overhaul of the permitting process. It will allow time to work with experts to review existing rules for Class 3 animal licenses, right? Part of the reason why Sloth World couldn't face any criminal charges is because it was a Class 3 animal.
Yeah.
Wasn't as much as a domestic animal.
Which is amazing. They seem so exotic. It seems like they should be the ultimately protected.
Exactly.
Well, that was the same class as, say, a raccoon or a squirrel, which is why you didn't have to report their deaths, correct?
Exactly. So dozens of the animals were imported to be a part of Sloth World, which never opened to the public. 10 surviving sloths are still getting emergency care at the Central Florida Zoo in Sanford. Luckily, we haven't heard of any more deaths, but they said those 10 aren't out of the woods just yet.
Yeah.
Now, meanwhile, video showing the capture, this was so heartbreaking if you didn't get a chance to see it, but video showing the capture of a giant manta ray off the coast of Florida for display at SeaWorld Abu Dhabi.
Oh, no.
Has led to a state crackdown. This photo lit up it seemed like in every Floridian in the entire state, whether you are blue, red, purple, or anywhere in between, watching these men haul this gorgeous, huge sea creature out of the water so it can be shipped to a theme park
desert
in Abu Dhabi. Broke everybody's heart. Well, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Chair Rodney Barreto agrees.
I want to thank the internet for bringing the manta ray issue to our attention. I think it's an important one. I do believe that we should not export the manta rays internationally.
Now, the commission did not completely ban the permitting process for collecting threatened species, that allowing for the Georgia Aquarium to petition the board if another manta is needed for educational purposes. The amendment also includes the endangered queen conch. Florida is the only state, by the way, that allows collection of giant manta rays that can have a wingspan of up to 30 feet.
Have you ever seen one in the wild?
Yes, I have.
It's the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced on the water. It's not even close. My uncle,
beautiful.
My uncle and my cousin and I were fishing in the Matanzas Inlet in St. Augustine years and years and years ago, out in this little John boat. We were out there just bottom fishing for whatever, right? And all I saw, it looked like a cloud. Actually, that's what we thought it was a cloud passing over that cast a shadow on the water. Then we realized we weren't in a shadow. What we realized is underneath there was a manta ray so big it spanned. It spanned the size of our boat, and we could not see the edges of it on either side. That's how big it was.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
It is
not
send it to Abu Dhabi. Nightmare fuel.
I laid on the bottom of the boat and grabbed the edges as if it was going to be eaten.
Oh, come on, you guys. All right, tens of thousands of people are expected tonight on the National Mall to pay tribute to our fallen officers. The 38th annual Candlelight Vigil will formally dedicate the 363 new names names etched on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, and 10 of those new names of fallen officers are from Florida.
8 of those who died in 2025. That's a staggering count for any one state. And historically, unfortunately, Florida has been one of the states that has had the most deaths historically each year.
Yeah, National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund CEO Bill Alexander says that includes Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office's Devin Jaramillo, Miami Beach Police Officer David Caruso, and Indian River County Sheriff's Office's Terry Sweeting Mashkow.
Yeah.
If you remember that tragic case. Yep. All right, safety concerns, and that is putting it lightly, are mounting after an 88-year-old American woman died at Miami-based Carnival Cruise Line's new private resort in the Bahamas. Witnesses say the guest lost control of her mobility scooter and plunged right off the pier at Celebration Key, striking her head against the ship's hull on the way down. Her husband tried to do what he could and end up getting hurt himself. What makes this story even more tragic is that this marks the third guest fatality, the third, at the $600 million destination since it opened last July.
Good Lord of mercy.
Last August, 2 other American tourists tragically drowned there in separate incidents just hours apart.
Wow.
Disturbed passengers are now flooding online forums, questioning safety standards and pier barriers at the popular port.
Wow.
After the first one, I might think freak accident, but
3 in less than a year,
there
dude.
should be maybe some new construction over there.
All right, this is just for you, C-Lane. Florida gas prices are easing slightly, but they do remain historically high. AAA says the statewide average is $4.31 a gallon.
All right.
Good news for you since you paid $4.09. That's down 5 cents overnight and 15 cents from a week ago. Even so, prices still 29 cents higher than a month ago and $1.26 more than this time last year, but who cares, right?
Right.
Diesel prices are also dropping, averaging $5.26 a gallon. That's down 2 cents overnight in Florida.
Yeah, a guy that drives a diesel just texts when we were talking earlier about the gas prices. He said $5.39 a gallon, and I get 7 miles of the gallon. Could you imagine having a clicker or a little beep that goes off in your vehicle every time you burn $5 for the gas? Ding, ding, and I'm not even out of my yard yet. Ding.
Have you ever driven a diesel just like long term for any?
Oh yeah, we had a truck. We had an AT4 that had a diesel in it, a little turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel. It was great though. I mean, that thing did great.
I had a car from a sponsor that I was driving around, and I had driven a couple of their other cars, and then I went to switch them out because I can't put too many miles on them, and then they gave me this diesel. I don't even remember if they told me it was a diesel, but I remember figuring it out and going, I don't know where the diesel stations are. I've never done this before.
Look for the green pump.
Oh, there were a couple times where it was like, you have 0 miles left. You should not be on the road right now.
All right, speaking of going on the road, the Jacksonville Jaguars are returning to London for back-to-back games in the upcoming NFL season. The Jags will face the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 5 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on October 11th. The following week, they'll face the Houston Texans at Wembley Stadium on October 18th. Enjoy, because both games will kick off at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
I got to tell you, though, for football fans, that is a beautiful little surprise. There is nothing in the world like waking up and realizing that you have football at 9 o'clock in the morning and you don't have to wait until 1. That is a dream world, dude.
I don't know.
That's like Masters coverage or British Open coverage. Like, it's at 6 a.m. You're up there, get going.
Yeah, but then you'll be at work.
And I think I have some friends that would be disappointed by this news because the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing their season in Orlando.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
And for my Eagles fan friends, they're like, well, this could have been an Eagles game here in town.
But they're not playing until 2027.
Right. Okay. So this is the 2026 season?
Yeah.
Right.
So good. So now they don't need to be disappointed. And then finally,
they'll be disappointed next year.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg have launched a new range of hard iced tea and lemonade canned cocktails.
There you go.
Yeah, I saw you took your glasses off for this one.
So you and everybody else, my God, how is there shelf space for all of these seltzers And
I don't know. I've been looking at that Willie Nelson one, though.
Yeah, that weed one.
The non-carbonated cocktails come in 8 packs of 12-ounce cans.
Yeah.
I do not want to drink anything out of a can that's alcoholic and not carbonated.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Well, 2 cans each of iced tea. Maybe that's why, because tea shouldn't be carbonated. Peach iced tea, iced tea and lemonade, and pink lemonade.
All right.
It's the latest expansion of the Two's Spirits line. Tall boy versions of Dre and Snoop's hard peach iced tea, hard pink lemonade, and gin and juice by Dre and Snoop Mango are also headed to the market soon.
Wow. That kind of sounds good, though.
Doesn't that sound awesome?
Synthetic mango is an odd flavor, though.
It is an odd flavor.
That's a flavor they have a hard time. Like, I think Mango Cart actually is one of the few beers I've tried where they've kind of infused the beer with a mango flavoring where it doesn't seem so synthetic. It's got that
they
weird...
use real mangoes, I think,
right? They must. I don't know, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know anything about the beer. All I know is that's the purest version of it I've tasted. Everything else has that weird taste, like almost like a Splenda does if you're a sugar lover, you know?
Or just one of those flavors where the actual fruit tastes nothing like the fruit flavor that we grew up on, like any grape or green apple.
Right.
Yes.
Those White Claws taste like Jolly Ranchers more than they taste like grapes or green
Agreed.
apples.
Which is the way they should taste. And that concludes your JCS News.
Yeah, I like it. He's already there. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Don't forget, 3 o'clock keyword is grand. That's GRAND. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000 back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
Real Music Weekends are classic alternative. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday evening forecast. Temperatures slowly dropping down into the low 70s as we see a handful of storms pick up as we head through the rest of the evening. Storms quieting down as we head through the overnight tonight. No storms should be nearly as intense as what we saw yesterday, so good news right there. Also, more good news, taking a look at your Thursday. It's going to be a lovely day. Temperatures maxing out throughout the mid-80s with lots of beautiful sunshine for your Thursday afternoon.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Man, everybody knows that Steel is the #1 brand in gas-powered landscaping equipment. Right now, you can find it at your local Tools Ace Hardware. From homeowner to professional, Steel has the perfect zero-turn mower for you and your landscaping needs. And check it. How about 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers and on any additional Steel tools as well? And don't forget, Tools Ace Hardware's trained techs in their stores ready to service and repair your Steel equipment every single day. It's Steel zero-turn mowers. These guys are now available in-store at 12 Tools Ace Hardware locations. Find yours today easily at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Academy Sports and Outdoors doesn't sell meat. We do sell the things that make meat meat. Grills that make steak sizzle, smokers that melt brisket, and chairs that make you say, let's sit and eat meat. But that meat didn't come from us. The shade you're under, spice you're tasting, and American flag shirt you're wearing, that's us. Cherry wood and charcoal, yes. Corned beef, no. Corn whole, yes. Canopies, yep. Canapes, I don't know what that is. Meat, no. Everything but the meat, yes. Academy, fun can't lose.
Now is a great time when it comes to upgrading your home like I just did, thanks to We Paint Everything, the easiest way to refresh your home for summer. Whether it's inside or exterior painting, call my buddy Raphael at We Paint Everything. Have you been putting off painting your house because a project seems a little too overwhelming? I know I have, and then suddenly it's summer and that's too hot, and then I'll think about it for a little longer. Finally, I went to WePaintEverything.com. In 3 days, I have a brand new house. From the soft wash cleaning in the beginning to the final trim paint at the end, it looks beautiful thanks to Raphael and We Paint Everything. Wall and ceiling painting, any finish, any room, trim and detail work, you name it. Family-owned company that will treat you like family. Over 75 years of painting experience, based locally in Winter Park. Call them today for your free in-home consultation, 407-657-2000, or online at wepainteverything.com.
You've taken allergy meds for years. Are they helping? Congestion, drainage, still there. And that sniffle just doesn't stop. Experts say common allergy pills are associated with depression, weight gain, even dementia. Do you really want to be taking those for years on end? Aspire Allergy and Sinus helps thousands with treatment that actually works, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
All right, people, let's move. Sell every vehicle, $99 down at Headquarter Hyundai.
Sir, yes, sir.
Team 2, I want credit for all. If you've got a job and $99, you ride. Even if your credit's so bad, your nana won't loan you money.
Sir, yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I think you might be in the wrong place. Is this Headquarter Hyundai?
Well, yes, but
were you ordered to sell 300 vehicles before the deadline? Out of my way, soldier!
Of course. Sorry, sir.
Every vehicle, $99 down. New Tucsons, Elantras, every vehicle, thousands less. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. And America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty with Hyundai Assurance.
Can I get anyone a refreshment?
Every vehicle, $99 down.
Headquarter Hyundai.
Just off I-4 on Reinhardt Road in Sanford, Lake Mary. HeadquarterHyundai.com.
Plus tax and tag, visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Skip this. Tap that red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app while listening to your favorite station.
You guys rock.
Instant feedback. And the best feature, if you mess up,
hopefully I'm sending these messages correctly.
Do it again. Leave a talkback now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The first Top Shelf Country Cruise promised big, and it delivered. Now the bar's set. If you were there, you know. If you weren't, it's time to get on board. Set sail aboard the Celebrity Summit in March 2027, where laid-back luxury meets country fun. We're talking toes in the sands of Bimini, fun in the sun in Key West and Cozumel, live band karaoke, trivia, bingo, and performances from Riley Green, Chris Young, Lauren Elena, Randy Hauser, and more. Lock in your cabin now at TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Got about 10 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send off the keyword GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Get you that $1,000. Monsters had a winner this morning, so let's keep that going with the word GRAND. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Got to turn your microphone. Yeah, exactly. It's only been 35 years. So give me a break.
Celine is here as well. We appreciate the extra efforts to Celine. One of our favorite guests will be coming in a few minutes for Animal House. Have you met Daisy Fiore yet, Celine? Have you?
I just said hi to her outside for a second. Actually, probably didn't even introduce myself. How rude.
She is.
I wanted to see the bird she had, though, because it was.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does she have today?
American Kestrel.
Oh, yeah, we love her. We love the Kestrel.
Yeah,
yeah, she's just a super interesting chick. I like really interesting, and she has a podcast about cryptozoology.
Okay.
How about your Bigfoots and whatnot?
Oh, that crypto. Okay.
Yeah, that cryptozoology is not that crypto.
Not that crypto.
I thought I could buy a zoo and keep it in a fake wallet.
Exactly. You don't know where it's coming from or going. You know? Did you ever get into that? Did you buy any crypto?
I have some on my Robinhood account, which
Yeah.
kind of does. I've had other crypto. We bought some of the weirdest crypto that wasn't like readily available, like not.
Not
like
Ethereum or anything like that?
Very off-brand stuff. And there was a lot of new weird words you had to learn to get through it. Like one of the things involved an app, and I'm not making this up, called Pancake Swap.
Okay.
And I don't know what this. I still don't know what a pancake swap is, but that's just what they named it. They're just making stuff up.
Yeah, I think one of them's called like a gold banana or silver hot dog or something. Like it's a color or a metal and then a food object. Now, I think Ross at one point had a pretty good little chunk of Ethereum.
I have some Doge in my Robinhood account, which you could argue over whether or not you actually own it if it's in a Robinhood account.
Right.
And then I have some other like little meme coins that were so cheap that I thought
you can't
just
not buy
in
'em.
case if I put $20 into this and
Yeah.
it goes up to even 50 cents, I'll have a good little chunk of money.
I remember Ross was into it a lot, and he's a smart guy. And I remember, and I know that sounds odd saying that, but he is a smart guy.
He is a very smart guy.
And when he got into the crypto thing pretty early, when he was on the show like 2-3 years ago, we were talking about it. I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to break down and buy some of this stuff. I mean, everybody says that it's, going to be doing. And then I listened to Warren Buffett talk about it. And of course, he talks about it like a snot rag, like it has no value at all. And I was like, oh, well, I'll listen to this guy instead. But and I remember it's like, I don't want my finances to have a secret handshake. Like I don't want to have to go through some kind of weird, I just hit a home run and now I've crossed the plate and I've got to do this weird bump with my elbows and everything with every teammate. Now that I've done that to get and I didn't know if I could get my money out of it. That's the thing I heard as well.
That's my problem with it.
It's like you get in there and you make a bunch of money. It looks great on paper, but like, where do you get it from? Like, I don't know. There's no crypto bank. There's no crypto nothing.
Well, there's crypto ATMs, and those seem to only be used for scamming people out of money.
Sure, that's it.
And it's like, yes, I can give the crypto ATM a bunch of money, and it gives me the crypto, but does that work in reverse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how people cash out. I think you have to. This might be true for the regular stock market, so I might just sound dumb here, but I think you have to find somebody to buy the crypto. Like I think you put
do.
it up.
That's exactly what Warren Buffett said. It has no value until someone buys it. You're not really buying anything tangible.
Right.
You're just buying something, hoping that it goes up, and even double hoping that you can sell it to somebody after it goes up.
Yeah.
And that's its only value. And that's why he hates it, and that's why he said he would never put a penny in it. He said, if you gave me all the crypto in the world for $1, I wouldn't spend it on it. Because I don't know what I got.
For $1?
Yeah, I don't know what I got. Well, you got to listen to this guy. He kind of knows what he's doing.
I would waste $1 on it. I wasted much more.
No one's ever called me an oracle before. They call this guy an oracle, so he obviously has an idea what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Man, it just gets too shady for me. If you can't explain it to me in like half a paragraph when it comes to money, I'm out most of the time.
Same way with NFTs.
Yeah.
I did have an NFT that was bought for me as a joke, and then I did cash it out for like $200.
Oh, you made some money?
Wasn't even sure how I got the $200 really.
Oh, really? That's scary AF. It just showed up on your door, like taped to your door. Some rando guy just did it.
It was through some app, that manages the crypto, but it's really convoluted and hard to explain.
The NFT thing really kind of summed up how exactly I felt about the entire thing. I was like, I'm not, somebody spent what? How much on this monkey thing? And you look at it, it's like somebody spent like $60 million on this NFT monkey. Or remember that one that had a bunch of small pictures on it, and that was an NFT, and that sold for millions of dollars. I think the value of them now is like $200-300.
Right.
So somebody spent $40 million on something that now literally is worth $200.
Somewhere, if I looked like deep in my browser history, I could probably find the website that tracks the value of these things and see if the NFT that I gave up is now worth anything to anybody. But I don't know. Same thing with the tiny little pictures. They were hawking this as this was going to be the next thing in crypto. It's going to be the next thing in the digital souvenir. And there were bands that they were getting on board that were saying, hey, if you buy our VIP NFT, you can have tickets to our concerts for life. And I go, did they even follow through with that?
I don't know. Who was it?
I couldn't remember.
Somebody just texted us at 77031 and said crypto is Beanie Babies for millennials.
Well, there are people that have made money on it, but it's just the people who are doing the most scamming,
That's the thing.
Like, I don't get it. And it's so funny. We were talking about the Bitcoin thing with my, who was I was talking about this? I got a buddy at the golf course a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about the whole first Bitcoin transaction. Do you remember what that was?
Wasn't it a pizza?
Yeah, the pizza here in Jacksonville.
Oh, the first time somebody
bought something with Bitcoin.
Got it. Yeah.
And they bought a pizza, and I think they spent Was it 1,000 or something like that Bitcoin?
Yeah, because it was only the Bitcoin at the time was only worth like a few cents.
Yes.
So you needed to spend 1,000 to get a pizza.
It may not have been that much, but obviously that right now, that purchase of Bitcoin would be worth, $8 million or something.
Should be something huge.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Kings of Leon were the first band to release an album as an NFT in 2021, which included 18 golden ticket NFTs that promised 4 front row seats to any of their concerts for life.
Yeah, well, that didn't work so well for Willy Wonka either.
Then they stopped touring. Then they literally disappeared, and you haven't seen them since that moment.
Wow. There's still 4 empty seats at all their concerts.
How funny would that be if you saw a shot? It would be a row of these people who bought the stupid NFT thing, and there's no seats there. And they should have put a picture of the NFT on the seat just to remind everybody.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Got another keyword for you right now, an Animal House on the other side of this.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Accident on Orange Blossom Trail northbound before Holden Avenue has the left turn lane blocked at Wakula Way. Another accident blocking the left lane, 1792 northbound between Oak Ridge Road and Americana Boulevard. And already heavy delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound between I-4 and 192. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Hey, everybody, listen, man, if you live here in Central Florida, you can feel it outside right now, and it's just going to get hotter every single day until, let's say, about November. So you got to make sure that your AC is ready to go, and I strongly suggest my friends over at Mills Air to make sure that can happen for you. They've been doing this since 92. That is 30-plus years of experience making sure that you and your family are nice and comfortable when it gets really uncomfortable outside. Let me tell you how important this is. I just did this 3 or 4 weeks ago myself, had these guys come over, go through my system, make sure it was ready to go, make sure it's going to be able to last all summer long. And when they left, they're like, you're good, no problems whatsoever, we'll see you soon. And that is exactly what I want, that peace of mind that my AC is going to be running all summer to keep us nice and cool. And remember, their techs can service every brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. They can repair it or replace it. And if they do have to replace it, Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That's important. That can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
Get ready for the ultimate summer festival experience happening on the Space Coast. Merritt Island Fest is back June 6th and 7th at the Merritt Island Veterans Amphitheater. Saturday night, feel the reggae, blues, and Hawaiian soul of Landon McNamara. Then Sunday, the legendary Inner Circle takes the stage. Plus live music, food, vendors, a surf expo, arts and crafts, and so much more. 2 nights, one unforgettable festival. June 6th and 7th. Get your tickets and info at MerrittIslandFest.com. That's MerrittIslandFest.com. Don't miss it. Space Coast, this summer's gonna be good.
Think you're not the suing type? But you weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Check out some of the most in-demand properties on the market right now in Central Florida with the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Go to thenickley.com and click on Hot Homes.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, call Nickley.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for your trade-in too. At Greenway Kia, over 40 dealerships bid for your trade, so you can be confident you're getting the best value possible for your trade-in. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Negative equity refinanced. Expires 6/5/26.
Did you know that you can get a beautiful white vinyl fence for less than $5 a day? For just $125 a month, Fence Outlet will professionally install it and add instant curb appeal to your home. Visit fenceoutlet.com for details. License number C10252.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
At Rental World, we've served Osceola County since 1971 with top quality equipment, competitive prices, and unbeatable service. From mini excavators and stump grinders to pressure washers and dump trailers. As a Steel Elite dealer, we carry everything from chainsaws to trimmers, plus concrete saws and more. For a limited time, BR 600 blowers are $50 off. FS 56 RC trimmers are $30 off, and more deals in store. Visit RentalWorldFL.com or stop by today. Rental World, making your job easier for over 50 years.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Need a new roof or gutters? Visit homebuildersnetwork.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, RICH. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Any non-carbonated beverage out of a can. Have you never had an Arizona tea? Just wondering, man. Frank from Illinois, checking in. Hope you guys have a great day.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it.
I haven't. It's gross.
Little aggro with that tea take, though, dog. We love you. That's a little aggro for the tea take.
I didn't want it. You lost me at non-carbonated.
All right, Rich is your 4 o'clock keyword. That's RICH. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We had a winner with the Monsters this morning. Let's keep that going with some more winners. Rich is the word, guys. RICH. You know what to do. Go get that money. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
C-Lane's here as well. Let's do Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
And you know that Animal House is generously brought to us each and every week by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. We'll tell you how you can get in touch with Glenn at the end of Animal House. But now please join me in welcoming one of Jimmy's most favorite guests of all time, Dr. Daisy Fiore from the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey.
Thanks for having me.
I do adore you. I have to tell you, I love your visits here. And when she told me you were coming in today, I absolutely made my entire day.
I'm so glad.
He gets giddy. He really, really does.
Well, I hear it all the time.
How have you been?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good. How is this center doing? I know that you guys had a big last 18 months with rebuilds and grand openings and new netting and all kinds of stuff.
My gosh, it's been exhausting. But we are reopened with our brand new owl aviary. It is beautiful. We just had our biggest event of the year on Saturday, Baby Owl Shower.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Big one, but don't worry if you missed it because we have another event coming up in June 27th, all day long. You can join us for free at Rainbow Raptors.
Really?
It's all day long. It's completely free thanks to our partners over at Winter Park Veterinary Hospital.
Thanks, guys.
We're going to have community partners. We're going to have story time. We're going to have a dance party. We're going to have bird meet and greets every hour. It's going to be a blast, so come see us.
And that's awesome. And you bring out, like, you have falcons, hawks, owls, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, you got it. And they are all going to make an appearance.
Very nice. And, of course, you have a friend with you today as well.
I do. This is Susie. Susie is an American kestrel. This is the smallest falcon in North America. So they're kind of like a mini peregrine falcon. Susie's about 8 years old. She came into the center when she was around a year old.
Oh, wow.
She had a bunch of fractures all on one side of her body. And what that usually means is she got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So these guys are real fast. They eat bugs. They dive in front of your car.
I was going to say, how would the car come into contact? But if they're diving for bugs, that would be how.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, Jimmy, that you're definitely not going to want to ask for anything out of Daisy's purse.
I'm not shaking hands with Daisy.
You
We will
don't?
not be high-fiving nor dapping.
You don't want some mice?
Nice.
Susie does. Look at her. She's like, excuse me, that is my dinner.
Yeah, because we were.
Voracious.
She's feeding Susie throughout the interview here out of a little cup that's connected to this utility belt thing she's wearing, like Bird Batman.
Yes.
And she's dipping into this cup, and Deb just goes, "What are you feeding her?"
Because you could tell it wasn't like, yeah.
It's not vegetables.
And what is it?
It's mouse.
It's
It is
pieces of mouse.
It's pieces of mouse.
Like dried mouse?
No.
Oh.
No. Organs, you know.
Somebody
extra
cuts that
juice.
up for you, or?
Oh, no, I do that.
Oh.
There's a
See,
lot of
back
work
in the
that.
day when
Now
I
you-
did primates, my pouch was full of like peanuts or
Yeah.
grapes or something, and now it's full of mouse.
Yeah.
I like how she just calls it mouse. Not mice guts, not
Yeah,
mouse
yeah.
parts.
It's just
they're-
mouse.
It's
Whole mouse.
nicer. It's a little more easy on the ears to just kind of generally call it mouse.
This is what
It's a
this is what
mouse.
you get, right, when you're dealing with someone who did their PhD work.
Right.
When she talks about what her pouch has in it today, is
I
it
love it.
peanuts and grapes or is it mouse?
So Susie is an American kestrel.
Correct.
Now, give us an idea of the span of where they live. I don't know if they're throughout the entire North American area. And when they reproduce, how many eggs will she have, or how many eggs will she hatch?
Good question. So kestrels are found everywhere, east to west. They're in Canada. They're in Mexico. They migrate down to South America. She's about to poop. Lovely. Yeah. That's the other thing the towel is for, you guys.
All right, thank you.
And
All right, very nice.
See,
All right.
it's gone. They do that every 15 minutes.
All right.
So you're going to find a lot of American kestrels in a wide range.
Jimmy
They
looks like he's
lay-
never seen a bird crap before.
Not like that. Not and having it called.
Well, I can always tell. when
Yeah, I mean, my wife knows when I'm walking with tight legs, but
Right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So, yeah, they migrate. They're going to lay about 2 to 4 eggs in a clutch. In the wild, they're going to live 10-ish years.
Really?
Yeah, with us, they'll live quite a bit longer. So Susie's already 8, but we could still consider her a young lady. For our center. You know,
Now,
we've had them live a lot longer.
Is she part of a breeding program or?
She's not. So at the center, we don't do any breeding.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
not our purpose. We're here for the ones that are too injured to go back to the wild, not to make more, because there's plenty in the wild that need help. We have actually put her next to 2 males, and she has just hated them both.
yeah. I've met a few. Yeah, they're tough.
She's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, not a fan, huh?
I've seen some animals that didn't stop. That didn't stop it.
Yeah.
No, Susie's not a fan. She's like, this is my food.
Yeah.
Go away.
And she does predate on bugs and stuff, but also on small animals as well, like you said, like a small like field mouse and mice and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. Small rodents, lizards, those anoles that are crawling all over our
Right.
feet, snakes, but mostly insects, and they can catch them in flight. It's pretty amazing. If you're watching online, I'll show you Susie's little trick.
It's on our
She can
YouTube
keep
channel.
her head completely still while her body moves.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like a gimbal.
She is like a little gimbal. That's a falcon thing, because if you're flying,
Look at
that's a good one.
That's
That
a
is
good one.
awesome.
Wow.
And isn't that where they learned the gimbal from? Was from watching Birds of Prey?
She's pop locking.
We learned a lot from birds. We designed our planes and our trains after birds. It's called biomimicry.
Is that what it's called?
Trains as well?
Man.
Yeah, so the bullet trains in Japan, they would break the sound barrier and it was loud. People who lived nearby were annoyed. So they redesigned the front of the train after a kingfisher beak. so it would cut the air without making any sound.
Wow.
Whoa, I had
Unbelievable.
no idea.
Yeah,
Like,
nature already has most of the solutions for us.
Yeah.
If we're paying attention.
Yeah, but we're not paying attention.
We're not most of the time.
What are the last ones to actually figure that part
Yeah,
out?
The
we're not-
kingfishers are like, we've been doing this for a couple million years.
We're not asking any questions.
Yeah,
We're not-
exactly.
we don't care.
Now, I see you wearing a glove here.
Yes.
But she doesn't look big enough to really tear apart your hand. Or am I just, is those talons, are the talons really that sharp that you just need to have a glove at all times?
You want to come in here and find out? No,
I mean, I would once.
Yes, the talons are very sharp. I have been savaged by wild kestrels. You know, Susie's very polite, but these talons, if she was on my ungloved hand, she would be leaving tiny little
holes,
scrapes,
really,
all over my hand. Yeah, and it's not fun. It's like having a million paper cuts.
Hey,
Wow.
where do they nest? I mean, I
was going to ask that because, like, are these birds you would see like in your neighborhood?
Potentially, they nest in tree cavities, so in holes in trees.
Gotcha.
So hard to spot. These guys and the screech owls, who also nest in tree cavities, are having a lot of trouble this season because they nest in tree cavities. They're very hidden, and people cut the tree down.
Right.
So this time of year is the worst time to trim your trees. If there's any way you want to help birds, just wait to trim your trees until like August.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Just don't do it in the spring.
Because it's it's nesting season right now, which is unfortunate though,
Yeah.
because that goes right up against what folks are being told to do to get ready for storm season is to
Exactly.
get rid of the dead trees on their property.
Yeah, but realistically, we don't usually have hurricanes before August.
Yeah.
Just leave it. It'll be fine to do it in August.
Daisy Fiore with us. She's with the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey. If you ever want to slide over next weekend, they have a big event, or coming up in June, they have a big event. And it's always fun to go. And that event is completely free as well. Where would they go to find out more about that online, Days?
They're going to go to audubon.org/CBOP.
Okay, audubon.org/CBOP. Go check that out for sure. Wow, man. She's so beautiful, man. She really... do it again?
Oh, she won't do it.
Oh.
There we go.
She does not like Daisy trying to kiss her.
She does not want kisses. She is a predator.
Okay.
This is a dinosaur.
I take it back. I don't want to hold her anymore.
See?
You don't want to see her soft side. She's not down for that. She's
She
not
does not want to bleed.
Explain it. Have you guys or have anybody, any scientists studied the pattern? Now I know that it looks like it is built to blend in with trees. Now she's brown with like tigery kind of stripes. She has kind of a white neck, but she also has like larger tigery kind of striping on her neck. Is that purely to blend into trees?
Not at all. So those lines on her face, the dark lines, we call them mylar lines, and they're there for exactly the same reason football players have dark stripes. To keep
Really?
the sun out of her eyes.
Wow, really?
Seriously?
Yeah. So all falcons have that because they hunt during the day. So keeping that bright sun out of their eyes so they can keep their eyes on the bug.
So that stuff really does work. Because
It really
after
does
a while,
work.
you kind of think,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all
they're
right,
just doing it for
guys.
fun.
Maybe
we
it's
get
just
it.
ceremonial.
You're just
Yeah.
doing it for show.
Cheetahs have it too, actually. They
Wow.
have dark under their eyes. If
That's
you ever
right.
get that close
Yeah.
to a cheetah, you're probably in trouble. But you
Now,
know.
we also know that birds can predate on other birds. Is this a bird that is part of that world where they're predated on for with larger hawks or something like that?
Yeah, larger hawks, larger falcons.
Really?
Yeah,
What about
yeah.
owls, the larger
Oh,
owls?
sure. I mean, she's awake during the day, they're awake at night, so they don't cross over too much, but they certainly could, especially like a barred owl that's going to be awake earlier in the day. Cats are a huge problem.
Really?
Feral Cats,
Cats
yeah.
kill more birds, and especially songbirds, than almost anything else. Got to keep your cats inside.
So I assume that happens when they're on the ground looking for prey or diving for prey. The cat can realize. I mean, it really happens that often. It seems like the chances would be so far apart. It wouldn't be that big.
Cats are like God's perfect killing machine,
Yeah.
and like we put them in our house and call them Fluffy, but my goodness, they are deadly.
Oh,
Anything
really?
small. Oh, yes.
You see a cat lock in on a prey, and
And then
nothing
grab
else.
it out of the air.
Yeah, nothing exists for them. It's all prey.
If the cat is flying around an abandoned bank, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Wow, and are they fast? I mean, you said it was part of the peregrine or part of the falcon world. And of course, we know the peregrine falcon is one of the fastest, if not the fastest animal on Earth.
The fastest animal on Earth.
Are they similar to that? Do they have that kind of speed?
Yeah, they're fast, but not that fast. So a peregrine falcon can go over 200 miles an hour.
Whoa.
They actually go faster than you would go if you were just falling.
Right. I've seen videos of them attacking, and it's wild because you're watching a video of them attacking. And it was actually another bird I was watching. It was a bird sitting on a fish, like on a beach where it killed the fish and didn't know what was going on. And in one blink, all you saw was the bird eating the fish fall over. You never even saw the attack. You just saw some feathers fly and the bird fall over. And that was a peregrine attack. No, it did not appear in one frame of the shot. The bird, it looked like it was done by AI, just fell over. That's how fast they are.
Susie can go about 50. Well, no, Susie can't because she has a broken wing.
Yeah.
But they can go about 50 miles an hour, which is like, if you're a palmetto bug, like, watch out. This is horrific. If you're like a dragonfly, forget about it.
Hey, I got to ask you while you're here because I had this situation. It's funny. Last year, we had a nesting of chimney swifts in my chimney. They got in there and we didn't realize what we had. We thought it was bats, and I'm like, baby, if it was bats, this entire house would smell like pee and poop. Trust me, it ain't bats. Thank God, it's not bats. But and then we thought, well, I mean, what are the chances of them coming back? And it turns out, Daisy, it's 100%.
It is 100%.
Because they're in there now, and they're in their infancy, and it already is loud. We remember right before they left last year, it was so loud we could not watch television. That's how loud it is in my living room. I got to make a recording of it. It's so bananas. I think I did actually, didn't I?
I thought so.
Oh my God. And they don't leave until like October or something.
Our historic Audubon house, they've nested in there. We installed a chimney swift tower and said, use the tower. Nope.
No, they're not down for that. They want to smell the cooking, I guess.
Yeah. And not only that, it's also bat maternity season. So,
it is.
So you're not allowed to remove bats from your home, or for municipalities, they can't move colonies of bats from bridges, or they have to leave. When does bat maternity season come up?
It's in the spring as well. Yeah, ends in the fall. We also have a temporary ban, at least in Orange County, on spraying fertilizers and pesticides for the summer. Because it's the rainy season, they don't want to run off and kill the manatees. So there's a temporary ban on that. So, everything happens in the spring and summer.
Yeah. And let me ask for you, because we do have to get out of here in a quick second, is there anything that, just everybody that's kind of around and living around that can do to like really reduce the opportunity for birds being hurt? Are there little little habits or tricks that you guys tell people that come over to the center? Like, hey, if you do this, it reduces the chances of one of these birds getting hurt, or...
Keep your cats indoors. Don't trim your trees in the spring, and just stop with the pesticides. I mean, we just spray them on everything, and like sheets, bugs. So kestrels their population's in free fall.
Oh, really?
Because we're like, no bugs anywhere. And she's like, what do I eat?
Yeah.
Plus, when you think about it, well, but then if you use
rodenticide.
If you use rodenticides around your house, then the rodents die, then the owls eat the rodents, then they take that poison back to their nest and feed their babies, and that's what ends up happening.
I would never use rodenticide at our old place downtown, because I would be too afraid that the mouse would eat it, or the rat would eat it, and then go back inside the walls.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did as well. Yeah. I'd trap them instead,
Yeah. No, not happening.
You can use those like predator exclusion boxes where they go in and they can't come out. That way they can't poison owls, they can't die in your walls.
Plus, I know there's one community in California that's just built owl platforms to help homeowners deal with a more natural rodent controller. But Daisy, real quick, what are those details? It's June 27th.
June 27th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you got all day, totally free. More information, audubon.org/CBOP.
Put your hands together for Dr. Daisy Fiore and Susie.
Look at
the
Susie.
absolute best.
What a star.
Try and give her a kiss again.
Yeah, she ain't having it.
Now, as always, I will be posting the Animal House podcast in just a minute or two. But again, thanks to Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. He's the one who brings us Animal House each and every week. Here's just a couple of reasons why you need to call Glenn. If you've been in any kind of an accident, it could be car, it could be truck, it could be motorcycle, it could be a slip and fall. Here's the couple of reasons why you need to call Glenn. First, he's not going to hand your case to a caseworker. Glenn is going to handle your case. So much so he's going to give you his personal cell phone number and then pick it up when you call, even if he happens to be in Paris. Year after year, he's voted super lawyer and legal elite. He truly is an animal lover, and he truly is a friend of the show. So if you've been in any kind of an accident, give him a call, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is RICH, RICH. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Scott Maxwell next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio. is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Damn,
he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Accident blocking the left lane, 1792 northbound between Oak Ridge Road and Americana Boulevard. Tapping the brakes on I-4 eastbound right now between 417 and 535. Another crash blocking the shoulder I-4 eastbound before you get to Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by ePass.
You've heard of karma, but have you heard of CARMA? It's like karma, but on the road. So when you let someone merge, good karma. Leave space between cars, good karma. These little daily driving habits can help you keep calm and in control. Learn more at drivesmartflorida.org.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. Download a free home buyer's guide at thenickleegroup.com.
At Rental World, we've served Osceola County since 1971 with top quality equipment, competitive prices, and unbeatable service. From mini excavators and stump grinders to pressure washers and dump trailers. As a Steel Elite dealer, we carry everything from chainsaws to trimmers, plus concrete saws and more. For a limited time, BR 600 blowers are $50 off. FS 56 RC trimmers are $30 off, and more deals in store. Visit RentalWorldFL.com or stop by today. Rental World, making your job easier for over 50 years.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassie's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, for your big green egg today.
Sell your home fast and for the most money with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Transform your backyard for less than $5 a day. Fence Outlet will install a sleek black aluminum fence that adds style, security, and curb appeal for just $125 a month. Visit fenceoutlet.com for details. License number C-10252.
Hey, it's the News Junkie, and I don't need to be an attorney to tell you distracted driving is bad. Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt sees the aftermath every day, and it's awful. Do me a favor, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and keep it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
To everyone looking for a little something extra, Delicious Rewards has officially arrived at Culver's.
With Delicious Rewards, you earn 10 points for every dollar you spend. Those points can be redeemed for free menu items. Because the more you enjoy Culver's, the more we love rewarding you for it. You'll even get special treats every now and then just for being a fan, plus a more personalized Culver's experience. Join today at culvers.com/earn and start earning points with every purchase.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to
Delicious.
Delicious. To everyone who thinks bold burgers are worth celebrating, let our team member Isabel tell you about the Colby Jack Pub Burger at Culver's.
I could talk about this pub burger all day, but our guests said it best.
This is the best pub burger. That sauce? So good.
That's why it's back now for a limited time.
Fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo.
Let us make one for you at Culver's.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
On Plus Nicotine Pouches present Comfort Chronicles. A 10 o'clock tea time. How comfortable. You show up in stretchy shorts, a breathable tee, and maybe no socks.
Let the dogs breathe.
While others sweat in pleated khakis, you're in your comfort zone bombing drives. And in your pocket, On Plus Nicotine Pouches. The softest pouch on the planet. Buy a can at onnicotine.com. Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Whether it's that check engine light, those streaky wipers, or that DIY fix you've been putting off, now is the time to visit Advance Auto Parts, your first stop for parts, service, and reliability. From quick fixes to big jobs, we've got you covered. Need a new battery, brakes, wipers, oil? Everything you need is right here, along with people who really know cars. With Advance, you can always count on fast, friendly, and dependable service. Never settle for anything less. Visit Advance Auto Parts today.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Hello, I'm Robert Smigel. I did lots of things. Cartoons on SNL, Conan stuff, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, some movies. But now I'm past my peak. So I'm hosting a podcast, Humor Me with Robert Smigel and Friends. Each week, me and my favorite comedians, writers, and whatnots help regular people just like you, presuming you're regular, who have some project or task that they'd like us to help make funnier.
Search Humor Me on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Our call with Scott Maxwell is brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. You know, it's not just home loans. That Mortgage Guy Don also does commercial and SBA, Small Business Administration loans too. And if you want to buy a business or franchise, That Mortgage Guy Don has your back with over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. You can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis. Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh. 77031. That's how you text us, guys. Rich is your 4 o'clock keyword. That's RICH. And I'm looking at a guy who is just that.
Oh, yeah.
RICH. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance.
All that Dogecoin. just sitting there.
For your chance at $1,000. Rich is your 4 o'clock keyword, guys. Good luck. We hope you win for sure. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
C-Lane with us today.
Hey.
Every single Wednesday around this time, this guy drops by to talk about what he writes about. You can see him in the Orlando Sentinel. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, his columns appear. He is the Sweet Heat, baby. Give it up for Scott Maxwell.
Truth Dragon. Yay. Woohoo.
I'm just living the high life, living the fat newspaper money, rolling around like a
Speaking of rich.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man.
I don't know if I ever told you guys this. When I graduated from college, U.S. News and World Report, for you younger people out there, that was a magazine.
Wow.
back in the day, they ranked the best paying college majors 1 to 100 straight out of college. And my wife, as a pharmacy major, was number 1.
Yes.
Like the idea being that right out of college, you didn't have to go to any other residency or what you could do. And would you like to take a wild guess what journalism came in at
what's the bottom number?
100, Jim. You are correct. Journalism was number 100. So I figure we kind of averaged out. But yeah, nobody went into journalism to get rich, and that was back when newspapers were doing well. So.
Yeah.
Whew.
Now, hasn't your son shown some interest in writing, maybe sports writing?
Yeah, we dropped him on his head, and that's apparently what happened. No, he did. He was, in fact, and he's, as I mentioned, on it temporarily with us. So he's in the house at some place in my house right now. He's was a journalism major, and he's a really good writer, actually. But that was not at my encouragement. I believe in what I do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've been doing it forever, but I am not encouraging the next generation to go into newspapers, and he got wise, and he's in healthcare recruiting.
Oh, very nice. Good. That's
Which is a shame because
business.
now more than ever we need journalists.
Yeah, but the problem.
Well, that you are absolutely right, Deb. But that is something that we sort of say in the abstract. We do not back up with pay.
I know.
We have given newspapers like ours, like mine, over to hedge funds and investment funds. And like I can say, I believe in it, but I just can't encourage anybody to go into it thinking it's going to be there. And the thing is evolving. But let me tell you something. Ain't everybody in the world going to be able to get a $200,000 a year Substack? I mean, that's what a lot of people are trying. They're saying, why don't you just try a Substack? Well, you try that and let me know how that works.
I think podcasters are finding that out in truckloads, that the people on the bottom floor of podcasting, like our boys Tom and Dan, they're making it work because they were on the bottom floor of that. They built an audience from the ground up, and there's some other people that have done okay as well. But man, if you try to get in that space now and you're not famous, or you don't have name recognition or the ability to market at an astronomical level for at least 1 year, or land a cool guest that says something stupid, man, I don't know what your chances are of making much money doing a podcast.
Or land a cool guest at all.
Yeah.
I think you're exactly. I remember this was a long time ago. About after Tom and Dan had first started. I don't know why the three of us were at a bar at the Sheridan up in Maitland, up near where you guys are, and they were telling me something about their finances. And boy, those guys dialed it in, and they dialed it in early.
Yeah.
And if you get your sponsors and you get your loyal paying audience, and I mean, if you think. They have a lot more than this, but really, if you only have 1,000 people and they're paying monthly, you can make some bank.
Yeah, you can do quite well. And again, I mean, and I'm not taking away anything from them. They're not only two of my best friends, and they're also unbelievably good people. But they had a boost going into that. They had some name recognition going into that podcast, so that helped them out a lot. Now, I'm not saying they couldn't have done it from ground up, because they're both like very tenacious people, but they did have that a little bit of name recognition going in. So man, but they had the wherewithal to just kind of get away from this business and get into that business when nobody would have given up those two salaries to do that. Because it wasn't like they weren't getting paid here. They were doing all right here, and they left jobs that were doing quite well, and one of them with a baby on the way and no medical insurance.
And what we've run into is we've got a culture where people have been trained not that they shouldn't have to pay for news, and I'm putting news in quote, because they think anybody with a free blog is going to give them news, or Facebook or Twitter's going to give them news. So people don't want to pay for it anymore. And there's definitely a model. There are a handful of people who can get subscriptions. And you know what? People have told me I would probably be able to do that for Florida politics, and I could. But the most successful way is you're getting like sort of sponsors.
Yeah.
And there are people, frankly, who would probably pay me more than enough to do that. But that starts to get uncomfortable, man.
Sure is.
I mean, the reason people trust me to the extent they do is because there's only one entity paying me, and it's my newspaper, and they never tell me what I can or what I cannot say.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to be holding to anybody that has a financial tie to you, because it immediately discredits you. Matter of fact, I just got a question that came in and said, in asking you in this discussion about journalism, how you feel about independent journalists like Nick Shirley.
It just depends on the independent journalists. It depends on who they are. If they're legit. I think there are a lot of people who are not. I think there are a lot of people who are specialized in telling people what they think a paying audience wants to hear.
Right. Yeah.
And I often tell people this: if you get your news and everything you get tells you what you want to hear, I call that as bathing in the numbing waters of bias confirmation.
Yeah.
If you're reading a legitimate, it should challenge you. It should upset you. It should make you think from time to time. That's one of the things I still like about newspapers, man. We got lots of diverse takes going on. We have letters to the editor, guest columns that take me on that say Maxwell doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And I think it's good that we have that.
I told my dad to stop, Scott. I told him.
I love your dad.
No, but speaking of dads, I mean, that's what my dad and I would do. We would read the newspaper, and then we would pick out a couple of stories to debate about.
Yeah.
And
I love that's cute. That's endearing. That's why you got into news, and that's your background too, Deb.
Well, interestingly enough, I mean, it's part of what fueled that thirst for knowing what's going on in the world.
And unfortunately, too, is the media has been demonized by this current administration to the point where they feel they can't believe anything that does not agree with, that particular political leaning. That's unfortunate, and that has happened, and we know that because, a number of people, I think it's greater than 50% of the nation now, gets their news from Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or YouTube. Which is a travesty. I mean, you should be getting this from people who have no money in the game. They're doing it for the truth. They're not doing it to supply a group of people with something that makes them feel good, like they're supporting a cause they're really into. And there are certain news sites you can go and you can read the first 9 stories, and you literally cannot believe that that's considered news. I saw a story today on a news site, and this was the third story. The third story was that Marco Rubio was wearing a sweatsuit. That was news. That was the third most powerful story they had, is that Rubio was wearing a sweatsuit.
Well, listen.
You are absolutely right about the demonization. I think one of the saddest days was when Trump was leaning in really heavily to that. There was a T-shirt that got a bit of traction, and it was a picture of a tree, and it said, "Journalist, tree, rope, some assembly require."
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that, not just thinking about it personally. I was thinking, man, 90% of the people I work with, they're covering school board meetings.
Right, yeah.
They're covering City Hall. They are literally the only people covering high school sports. That's who my colleagues are. They're not right. They're not even writing about Donald Trump and Joe Biden. I mean, they're people who care about their community and stayed at the local paper. And that's some dangerous stuff, and it's had some dangerous implications.
Yeah, hopefully we can reverse that and get people all I ask my audience, consider diverse news sources. I don't care if you read the one you love so much, the one that you feel like you're obligated to read, but read some other ones. I gave a list. I said if you had 5 sites to go read, make it the AP, Reuters, maybe CBS News, Fox News for you if you want to do that for sure, and then maybe New York Times. That way you can get a good balance of what's happening out there. Those are the 5 that I definitely visit more than that every day, but I find that those particular sites give me the stuff that I can find and talk about the most.
I think that's great advice. On a most base level, I tell people, if you want to listen to Fox News, fine. For every 30 minutes you watch Fox, listen to 15 of MSNBC. Frankly, I don't think either of them are great sources for information.
I don't either, yeah.
But if that's the way you want to hear it, you need to hear it. And by the way, you can make an argument that you should just hear it so you can hear what the other side, so you can debate it. But the sources you just mentioned I think are great. I would say the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. Those are 2 good ones, and that ain't cheap. The Wall Street Journal has never given their stuff away for free, but the Wall Street Journal very much comes at things from the right side, the editorial pages.
Yes.
The Times from the left, but neither one of these, they're all right down relatively, within the 40-yard lines of a football field.
I don't trust anybody that doesn't have oversight to the FCC like we do. People knew the training we had to go through every year for compliance with the FTC and the FCC, and none of those cable outlets have to do any of that. They don't have to answer to any of that. We would have lost our station's license so many times if we did what MSN or Fox News or CNN get away with on the air on a daily basis. It pisses me off.
Did you actually have something you wanted to talk about today? You have 3 minutes.
I think you guys have already talked about it a bit, but it was just basically it was about alligator Alcatraz and the fact that I think a number of people said this was a boondoggle from the get-go. And I got to tell you that I think this is one of those things that people get so entrenched in their party positions because somebody they like says it. They say it's a great idea. Put on your thinking head for like 2 seconds. Who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to build a tent and cages detention center prison in the middle of the freaking Everglades where there's no sewer pipes, there's no water lines, there's no nothing like that? This is an ecosystem that U.S. taxpayers have spent more than $10 billion to restore, and it's a literal you-know-what show because 1,400 people are taking dumps in the Everglade. Finally, I mean, everybody said this was a bad idea financially and from the environment, and it's only been 2 months, and the feds are like, no, we're shutting it down. And I don't think you could get a better acknowledgement that this thing was a mess than that.
It wasn't even open a year, and it's going to cost about $700 million.
That's right.
Florida taxpayer money that's not
$500 million.
That's not going to be reimbursed. By the way, he's already been told it's not going to be reimbursed. He told him up front he would. He go ahead and build it. We'll get through the red tape and with the feds, and then we'll send you the money after building the thing. That money's never coming. We are on the hook for that money. $700 million to house 1,400 people for 8 months. 8 months.
I think it was 10 months, but yes,
10 months, my bad.
And that's the construction. That's the capital outlay. It's been $1 million a day for operational costs. And once again, there were a handful of like Republicans. There was a guy from the Trump Pentagon early on that was like, "This is insane." He was looking at the prices and he was like, "You don't spend this much money for tents and cages." There was a guy, a state senator, Jeff Brandes, who said, "We've built actual prisons, literal prisons, that are brick and mortar things that are meant to last for decades for less money." And man, this stuff was scammy and it was schemy. $92 million to a single porta potty company that didn't even exist 8 years ago. A porta potty company that hired Brian Ballard, lobbyist, a guy who's really close to Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. No bid contracts that have not been audited at all. This is as swampy as the land around it.
It's so crazy. It really is. And I think maybe when this is all settled and the numbers do come out, if they ever come out, you and I were talking earlier, and Florida has a real interesting way of holding information that is damning. They will not release it, regardless of what the Constitution of the state says. They do not release it. They will not release it. We've seen that with the education department over and over and over in this state. You will never see those final numbers. We will only get estimates, and they're bad enough.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Everything we know. And there was even a one point in time where some journalists got hold of the contracts by looking at the state's contracting system. And after we started reporting on them, they pulled them. They made them all disappear so that nobody could see them anymore. If that doesn't freak you out and concern you, no matter what your party affiliation is, I don't know what would. This is your tax dollars. These are your administrators hiding the way your money is being spent.
Simply amazing, man. It really is. It really is amazing.
I got to tell you, that's the common theme in my estimation with this administration in Florida. It's grifting. Just right now, we've talked about how all these guys end up running a Florida university. I don't know if you saw it yet again today.
I did not.
Yet again today. The new commissioner of education, who's only been there, I don't even think he's been there a year, just got said he's the sole finalist for a new college president. Polk State. I don't even know.
Yeah, Polk State. Yeah, my daughter almost went there to play volleyball. That's crazy, dude.
And do you know why he's the sole finalist?
Yeah, no.
Because you used to have to job searches were public information, but then they passed a law that said they could keep the searches keep them secret until the finalists were announced. And so the new thing they do every year, every time they do a search, is they only announce one finalist. So by the time they do the entire thing in secret, it usually ends up being one of these political cronies who gets this $500,000 $1 million job. And meanwhile, they're screaming about waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I wanted to ask you before we get out of here, because a poll dropped a little bit earlier, and it said that now Marco Rubio has taken over the early polling for the primary for the 2028 run. Something I've been saying for quite a while. I don't think anybody takes J.D. Vance seriously. I don't even think Trump takes him seriously. And Marco is the adult in the room. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think what's the expression that a 5'10" guy is a giant in the land of midgets? I think that Marco Rubio looks like Winston freaking Churchill by comparison to everybody else. All that said, I think you and I have talked about this before. I don't think anybody gets a lane unless Donald Trump gives them a lane at the end of the day.
Right,
and I think if J.D. Vance wants it and Donald Trump still has his support, I don't think there's room for anybody else, certainly including Ron DeSantis. And the other thing, we've seen Trump will string these guys along. And you and I were swapping notes about this. Yeah. I think he's doing it with Ron DeSantis right now.
So there's a little of me that believes he's holding this financing because DeSantis ran against him in 2020. I do believe that, because that was a big stink. That's why Susie Wiles left the entire, was it 2020? Am I right there? Yeah, 2020. Susie Wiles.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Susie Wiles left the entire leftist campaign, the whole 9 yards, was really pissed off, and I think he's continually being punished. I don't think he has a chance for a nomination for the presidency because MAGA hates him. And even though MAGA is probably going to be diminished by then down to, just a percentage of the Republican Party, maybe 25%, maybe 30% of the Republican Party, that's not enough to get you a nomination. It's not going to happen. And I don't know what this guy's going to do.
I'll be interested. Right now, I still feel like MAGA's the way, but to get a nomination. But maybe I'm wrong.
I think November is going to really change a lot of things and the way that things go. But it could also embolden it. You never know. So it's going to be
the proof that DeSantis is not as tight as he would like you to know. And we were talking about this is the New York Times wrote the piece last week saying feds are saying they want to close down Alligator Alcatraz. Ron DeSantis is quoted in the New York Times and all saying, I haven't heard anything about this. Everything I've heard is that Trump and everybody loves Alligator Alcatraz. And then like 48 hours later, they say, no, this one's being closed down. I mean, that's just emasculating him, kneecapping him, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, crazy stuff. All right, Scott, always good seeing you guys. Give it up good line for Scott Maxwell.
Yay! Woo!
Have a good one, buddy.
Take care, guys.
You got to be all right.
Next week.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Rich is your 4 o'clock keyword, RICH. I think about 10 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
We don't buffer. We improvise. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday evening forecast. We still are going to be watching a couple of storms picking up later on this afternoon and into this evening, but good news, no storms should nearly be as widespread or intense like the storms that we saw yesterday. Speaking of the rest of the evening, temperatures slowly drop for Thursday, only seeing a couple of pop-up showers in tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon should be very lovely with temperatures in the mid-80s.
This report is sponsored by OUC.
OUC is proud to be known as the reliable one. Based on the most recent PSC data from Florida's investor-owned utilities, OUC ranked #1 in the state for reliability. Your power, our priority. Learn more at ouc.com/reliability.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
This summer, rediscover a place that's been here over 450 years, yet always feels brand new. Where the streets tell stories, the beaches are breathtaking, and every day gives your family more to take home than just a suntan. St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, and the beaches. Welcome to the new world. Plan your escape now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for financing too, with rates as low as 0% APR on select new Kias, and a helpful finance team working to get you approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
With approved credit offer expires 6/5/26.
Host an event they'll never forget at Crush Yard. Designed for group gatherings of all kinds, Crush Yard makes it easy to bring people together for team events, birthday parties, and milestone celebrations. With pickleball courts, great food and drinks, and flexible space to play or relax, everything comes together in one place. We handle the details so you can focus on your guests and enjoy the moment. It's an interactive, high-energy experience everyone will remember. Learn more at crushyard.com.
Want to sell your home, but you want to make sure that it sells on your timeline? Work with the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty, and you've got options. Skip the hassles of a traditional sale and close on your home in as little as 14 days with the Nickley Group's Guaranteed Cash Offer program. Or take advantage of their Buy Before You Sell program and avoid the stress of having to sell your current home before you buy your next home. Go to thenickley.com or Google the Nickley Group.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, call Nickley.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents.
Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Looking for a great deal on your favorite local spot? Head on over to centralfloridasaves.com, where you can find gift cards to some great local Central Florida restaurants and attractions for up to 50% off. Supplies are limited, so head over to centralfloridasaves.com and check out the active deals before they run out. And don't forget to sign up for their email alerts so you don't miss a deal. That's centralfloridasaves.com. Find great deals on your favorite local spot. centralfloridasaves.com.
The first Top Shelf Country Cruise promised big, and it delivered. Now the bar's set. If you were there, you know. If you weren't, it's time to get on board. Set sail aboard the Celebrity Summit in March 2027, where laid-back luxury meets country fun. We're talking toes in the sands of Bimini, fun in the sun in Key West and Cozumel, live band karaoke, trivia, bingo, and performances from Riley Green, Chris Young, Lauren Elena, Randy Hauser, and more. Lock in your cabin now at TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing? Search gym members and join our group.
Hey, Cobra Crew, this is Kent. It occurs to me that I've got a discussion topic that could potentially be filled with hot takes. What is something that when you see it, even though it's purely cosmetic, that it immediately makes you judge the person? For me, that would be a neck beard.
Good answer, morning, Colbert, Karu, and as well to our wicked awesome guest today, C-Lane. So, love the animal segment, especially when we get birds of prey in. Me and my boss are always checking out the barred owls that nest on his property.
Oh, man.
And yesterday we actually got to see all four, mom, dad, and the two youngins. But Jimmy, good question. Do you know what an owl's favorite rock band is?
I do not.
I mean, that one's an obvious one.
The Who, yeah. Okay.
It's the Who.
Okay, buddy.
Take you out.
I apologize. I was actually trying to set you up for your own punchline. That's a fine. I'm in the business. You're not. We understand. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
C-Lane is here with us today.
Hey now.
Good to see you, buddy, as always.
Nice to be here.
Did you guys on the News Junkies, I've had this pulled a couple days, did you guys talk about the Matt Damon and Ben Affleck lawsuit?
I did briefly. This is the one where they were in that TV show The Rip, and the cops are saying that that it was about them.
It was a movie called The Rip, and it was based on a case out of Miami in 2016, where I guess two cops found an inordinate stash of cash in a drug house or whatever, and found $21 million linked to a suspected marijuana trafficker in a Miami Lakes home.
It would be really tempting not to, turn in that $18 million.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's kind of how the movie goes. Have you seen the movie, by the way?
I think we watched it, but didn't give it the attention that it deserved, or there was something else that wasn't keeping me
engaged.
Yes.
Yeah. As a rule, when I see big movie stars doing Netflix movies, it really kind of I'm thinking, well, you couldn't sell this to a major Like, I'm not saying that Netflix now isn't a major studio, but you know what I mean, right?
Right.
I mean, it didn't hit me like a major movie release. And even with their star power, I was like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't. And watching the movie actually wasn't bad, but it did not feel like a major motion picture movie house movie.
No.
It felt like a Netflix movie that was trying as hard as it could to look like a big movie.
And the Netflix action movies are hit or miss for me. Like, you say you couldn't sell this to a bigger studio. Well, who knows that they didn't do the deal first, like
or finance it themselves.
Right. Netflix has those, that kind of they'll sign Adam Sandler to do a bunch of Adam Sandler movies.
Right. Yeah.
And then maybe one artsy Adam Sandler movie.
Right. In other words, this could have been part of a bigger deal where they have to pay this off.
Yeah.
And we've heard that before. But I mean, look, this is right up both of their alleys. I mean, these guys have really made their mark and made their money, with the exception of a couple of movies doing action films. Whether, it's Jason Bourne series, and he had The Accountant. There's 2 of those, and a bunch of other action movies that he was in. So, like, it felt great for me. And I watched the movie, and it is actually pretty darn good, based on a true story. But yeah, they're being sued by the guys that the story's based on because, do you know why?
Well, because it makes them look like bad cops.
It's too real.
Oh.
That's exactly what they said. Like, they told the story too well. In other words, you're like slandering us by telling the story of all of our actions way too well, in too much detail.
Well, if it's too accurate, then how could it be slander?
Right, exactly. It says the lawsuit claims has given friends, family members, and colleagues the impression that the plaintiffs committed the criminal acts that appear in the film, which include conspiring to steal seized drug money, murdering a supervising agent, communicating with cartel members, committing arson in a residential neighborhood, endangering the lives of civilians, repeatedly violating core law enforcement protocols, and executing a federal agent rather than making arrests. They said that the plaintiffs haven't even identified which particular character is supposed to be based on, Smith or Santana. So even if the rip was actually about real-life narcotics team, there's no way to connect any of the characters to the plaintiffs.
Right.
In other words,
they don't use their names.
The thing's dead on arrival, and these guys are bringing more attention to their actions by suing these guys.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Doesn't seem like the smartest move.
It does not.
Exactly.
All right, 77031. That's how you text us. We will have a fresh keyword for you at the top of the hour. And going back to the beginning of the show, if you didn't hear it, something happened earlier here in the building. And I have a question. I asked C-Lane and I asked Deb. I said, how well do you know the people in the building, or even just people who work for WTKS, for Real Radio here? Deb said she didn't know a whole lot. Chris said he knew some. Mm-hmm. I've been around for a little bit longer, and I think I know most of these guys relatively well, guys and girls relatively well. But I'm going to see if you guys think you could do what I'm going to ask you next.
The Orlando Fringe is happening now, and we want to give Fringe performers the chance to promote their shows using the TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app during the Jim Colbert Show. 30 seconds of radio time to tell the world why they should come see your show. Get the details at realradio.fm/fringe.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Accident on 408 causing some backups right now. Eastbound off-ramp to Goldenrod Road is right lane there is blocked. Expect heavy delays in that area. Slow ride I-4 eastbound between 417 and 535. Also another accident blocking the left shoulder I-4 eastbound before Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
You know, that mortgage guy, Don, also does commercial and SBA, Small Business Administration loans as well. And if you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you are in luck. And that's because that mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Maybe you want to buy a business or franchise? That mortgage guy, Don, has your back and has over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. And you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Get this.
Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Avoid the headaches of a traditional home sale and move on your timeline with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Just a simple, stress-free way to sell your home. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Choosing the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Visit markspain.com to find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your home and skip the hassles of cleaning and costly repairs. One of our clients, Chris, said, selling our 16-year-old home was quick thanks to the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. We avoided the stress of showings, constant cleaning, and negotiations. Their guaranteed offer was beyond what we were hoping for. I've been in the business for nearly 30 years, and I know what matters most: selling your home fast and for maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
Eligibility and results may vary. You only get one shot at your child's first impression of the dentist. At Sage Dental Kids, we like to make sure it's a good one. Our pediatric dentists choose to work exclusively with kids, from infancy through the teen years. They have advanced training focused on children's unique needs, fears, and personalities. Whether your child has the wiggles or the worries, Sage knows how to make your child's checkups calm, comfortable, and stress-free. Sage Dental Kids' mission is simple: create a positive foundation for a lifetime of healthy smiles. Using the latest innovations in a kid-friendly environment, we make every visit something your child can feel good about. We accept most major insurance. No insurance? No problem. With Sage Care Plus plan, you can save up to 65% on everyday and specialty dentistry. Same-day and next-day appointments are available. Call 800-545-3399. 800-545-3399. That's 800-545-3399. Sage Dental Kids, leading with innovation, centered on your care.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, media. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
P-Virus Scaravan Sing-Along is back at the Orlando International Theater Festival. The award-winning show that is unlike any other is playing May 21st through the 24th. Hop in her Scaravan for a fun, absurd, and sensational 45-minute group karaoke pantomime show. It is steered by drag, skits, games, and hit Latin songs. Get your tickets at orlandofringe.org.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Your 5 o'clock keyword is media, MEDIA. Go to realradio.fm and send that out for your chance at $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, turn your phone up, turn it on, and answer it when it rings, because that's how they tell you you've won. Media is the word, guys. Good luck. We hope you win. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Just twice.
I know. Hello.
C-Lane's here.
Every time she does it, I go, am I supposed to be doing that?
That's twice in 2 hours. C-Lane's here with us as well.
Hey!
Come on
And thanks,
now.
buddy. We appreciate that very much. Jack taking a little vacation. He'll be back with us, I think, next Tuesday, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll see him then. This is what the little thing I was talking about, right? And I asked these guys earlier if they knew the people who worked at the station very well, and here's why I asked that question. Earlier, I was in the restroom, going to the bathroom right before the show began, and we have 3 stalls in there, and someone was in the last stall listening to or, watching something on their phone. And I thought to myself, based on the content, who is that?
Okay. What was the content?
It was, if I remember right, it was 2 hip hop artists talking to each other on, it was like an interview, and they were being interviewed. So it was 2 hip hop artists, 2 black guys talking to each other during an interview. Now, I was only in there for probably 2 or 3 minutes. I, just had to go to the urinal, and then I was out of there, right? And I was like, man, that would be a really interesting kind of game to play. So imagine if we are all the people who work at WTKS, Real Radio, were lined up in a bathroom, and all the stalls went all the way to the ground, so you couldn't see anybody's shoes or anything like that. You could only identify them or try to identify them based on the content they were watching or listening to on their phone. Do you think you could pick out some people from the station?
That's tough.
Isn't that awesome? Deb would be the easiest one. Deb is the
No, now come on. Just because I was able to tell what video you were playing.
I will give you an example of how I know this. Earlier today, I was ripping through.
Don't say ripping.
I was going through Reddit, just looking for some stuff on Reddit, right?
Yeah.
And one of the videos on Reddit is this woman who owns a horse, and the horse was laying on its side, and she was rubbing the horse's belly, and obviously the horse had some gas. And I turned the audio up, and this horse lets out a straight up 45-second to 1.5 minute long fart. And I mean, it is
impressive,
right? Totally impressive. She immediately knew it. You know what she said? She didn't say, "What is that?" She goes, "Poor horse." She already knew. So I wonder how many people out there listening. If you're
wait. Had you seen the video, or you could just identify a horse fart that quickly?
Just last night I saw that video. Watched it a couple of times. It was a real laugher.
Yeah, a real laugher.
It was, because she'd poke him and he just a little toot, and then he lifted his tail and was like, all right, we're going to go for the party now.
That's funny. So everybody out there that works in their office, think about this. Like, if people that you work with, if you think every day, were in a bathroom stall or in bathroom stalls when you went to the bathroom, and you could only hear the content coming out of their phone, do you think you could identify who that is by what they're watching or listening to?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that would be difficult, because if it were the hip-hop artist, I would go with you and Angel.
That's wild. And I don't know who it was. I didn't stick around to see who it was. I didn't look under there to see if I could notice any shoes or anything like that.
Well, thank God you didn't do that. That would have been a whole new talker.
But the thing is I do believe it would be easier than you think.
I would try and go by, who do I know uses that stall? Bigger people use that stall. I use that stall. The last stall?
Yeah, I'm a last stall guy too.
The handicap stall?
We all fight over that last stall.
Yeah, I used it. It's got the highest toilet.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah. And when I have to, if in emergency, if I can't wait till the next break or so, use one of those regular stalls, the non-handicapped. It's so low to the ground for me. I'm 6'4".
It hurts the knees.
Yeah, it's not good. But
let me pretend I'm tall.
Ow. The reason I think Deb would be the automatic is because most of Deb's content is going to be animal related, right? So
no,
I would bet quite a bit of money that I could easily find you in a stall with what you're listening to, or because you're in this room with me. So I know exactly what you listen to and watch during the breaks because we do the same thing. And you would probably be able to pick me out because you kind of know what my algorithm is.
It's either politics or horse farts.
But that's the whole thing is like, as well as you know somebody, do you think you know what they actually watch or listen to on their phone every day? Not on TV, because we all kind of had that in common. The shows that you watch on television, the movies that come out, that's pretty common stuff. If I caught you listening to that, I don't know that I could pick you out because so many different people are watching that particular show. But your content on your phone is directly, especially with the algorithm now on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, or whatever the case may be, it's going to kind of show you the same stuff because that's what you're watching a lot of.
Yeah, I would probably get a lot of cooking videos in my algorithm.
Would you really? See, I get some cooking stuff in there as well.
I mean, the one chef who has made a killing off of just reviewing other people's cooking videos. And
chef reviews?
Yeah, chef reviews.
Yeah.
That guy is in my algorithm all the time.
I see him all the time. And how about the guy who cooks for that girls' college? He's got the beard and the glasses.
I think my wife has shown me some of those. That's more her TikTok feed.
Yeah, because he actually has reviewed some of this guy's stuff that he cooks for the college for the girls' school. And I guess it's a small school, but he's cooking for maybe 40 or 50 people.
I thought he was the chef for their sorority.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what it is, actually. So, with
I wouldn't be able to pick out Sean Watson. I wouldn't know his content.
I think he would be one of the biggest mysteries. I think with Ryan Holmes, it would be like gambling and stuff like that. Like he likes gambling.
Okay.
I think and the thing is you only have to hear one or two videos that hit that thing because we're so different. Like if you heard a gambling video, you could immediately, with the exception of poker, if it's poker, it's me. But if it's like, any of the Kalshi or Poly Market or the Hard Rock bet thing, it definitely would not be me. I don't even have that app.
You could pick out Sean if you hear him tapping watch anyway, because all the videos on his algorithm are like too sensitive to just show you.
Look, I've got some of those. I've got some of those videos where guys try to rob stores and the store guy fights back and it turns out really poorly for the people who tried to rob. I've got a number of those. But I also have poker videos, golf videos, lots of cooking stuff. But for me, I think it'd be easy because I have a really limited scope of interest when it comes to stuff online. The four things I just mentioned primarily make up probably 75% of my algorithm. Russ's would be easy. Russ would be Kiss. It would be Kiss. It would be wrestling, and monster stuff. He's obsessed with it, So it'd be his own stuff. I think I could pick him out immediately. Yeah, I think I could pick out.
If there was somebody watching monster videos in the stall, it would be Russ?
Probably. Maybe editing videos. I don't know.
Right.
Something like that. Angel, probably music related, things of that nature. Maybe got to figure it out. Cars, a lot of car stuff.
Yeah.
This would be an interesting litmus test. I wonder how many people could really do it.
And did you ever figure out who it was?
I told you, I never looked. I didn't want to know who it was. And the thing, even with other people in the building, like with Taco and Pat, like I know Taco well enough to know what he would be listening to. I know fishing. He likes to fish. That's all he does. He fishes. So it's like kind of wild, right? I don't know. I just thought that'd be very interesting to try to figure that out.
Now, so before you brought this up, I thought I did probably know these people a little better, but I don't know if I could have guessed who was just watching some video of two rappers interviewing each other or whatever it was.
I would not know who that is. That could be anybody in the building.
Yeah. It really could be a salesperson.
It could be a sales rep or whatever. And look, man, if you included them, there'd be no chance. I mean, I bet if you lined up all the people from TKS and and here's what they'd have to do. You'd have to go through your algorithm for maybe a minute or minute and a half or something, and I would get to hear what you're watching, right? And I won't see it. I just let me hear what you're watching. And I would bet money I could probably get maybe 4 out of the staff of Real Radio. Well, maybe not 4. Jack would be easy. Oh, I don't know if Jack would be easy or not.
I mean, what is his algorithm?
Baseball.
Money saving tips.
Yeah. Frugality, baseball.
Coupons.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would his, because he never talks about what he watches on Instagram.
How to separate the 2 plies of 2-ply toilet paper.
Jesus, that's so good.
He's not wrong.
That is so good. Because here's the thing: the minute you said it, the AI in my head just drew an AI film of this guy sitting with a jeweler's monocle, and 2 rolls on either side. Once you get them separated, he puts them on the roll and just rolls it apart.
Yeah. I've seen they used to have these TV shows that would kind of expose the cheapest people in the world, like the absolute cheapest people in the world. And one of them did have a machine to do that.
To separate the ply so you get more out of your toilet
Wow.
paper? Yeah. Insane. Like Tom and Dan, I think I could nail pretty quickly.
Okay.
Because Tom has real limited interest as well. It's gambling. That's it. It's gambling. Daniel, on the other hand, would be tough because Daniel has a very, very...
Well, then if you have Tom and Ryan Holmes in the same building,
it'd
you
be
might
tough.
be,
But it's the kind of betting. I don't think Tom bets on like does Kalshi type stuff, Polymarket stuff. I think it's purely sports with him, but I'm not 100. And I think Ryan just kind of bets on anything out there.
Yeah, I know he's done some sports recently because he had a big one on the Magic.
Yeah, he won a lot of money on that
playoffs.
one. Yeah.
So, Wait, did he get out early? I never heard the end of that story.
I think he split out early. Got I won't say the number because I don't want him to get the tax implications, but it was pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. I ain't trying to blow his spot up, but I think it was pretty good. I think I could pick yours out.
Okay.
You know, the funny thing is because you and I have a lot of the same interests. Outside of the poker thing, you and I have great conversations about food and travel and things of that nature. We have a lot in common, actually.
Right. I agree with that. I probably would watch some poker videos, but after a while, I'd just be like, all right, it's another poker video.
Right. And to be honest with you, I get that way as well. It's certain hands and how they're played. I'll just kind of watch a few of them. But if you watch one more than 30 seconds, guess what? You're getting 40 of them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. Do you ever do that to clear your algorithm a little bit? Is when you see something you don't want to see more of, you just got to rip through like 8 or 10 of them at one time?
I think you could just mute these for a while or mute this person for a couple days and maybe it'll adjust accordingly. But sometimes I do. I try to use incognito mode for stuff that I want to watch once, but I don't want a bunch of things suggested for me.
Right.
So, there was a whole lawsuit about there was class action on if you use Google incognito mode, it's not as incognito as you think it is. And I go, I don't care about the reasons you're saying this.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to file as a claimant for the class action just because to get a couple bucks thrown my way. I only care that the incognito mode doesn't affect my algorithm of the next things.
Wow, yeah, I got you 100% on that. Yeah, and I'm careful because sometimes stuff will pop up there on your algorithm, and you don't want it there, and you don't want a record of it being there. And I just rip through. I go as fast as I can past that stuff.
There might be something really silly that I go, let me see this once. Like, there was some. There was some hubbub at a Beanie Babies auction. I go, I want to see what the hubbub is, but I don't want to see 18 Beanie Baby videos a day.
Yeah, I got you 100% on that.
Sounds like a nightmare.
All right, 77031. Don't forget, media is your 5 o'clock keyword. That's MEDIA. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to get rid of hotel bathtubs, and I just can't stand for it.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't take your side.
Sealand, you've used a hotel bathtub before. I've seen it. Wait.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
Slow ride right now, I-4 eastbound between 417 and 535. Crash still blocking the shoulder, traveling I-4 eastbound as well before you get to Florida's Turnpike. And a crash 408 eastbound, the off-ramp to Goldenrod Road, still blocked there. Some minor delays through that area. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Man, everybody knows real estate market trends are a very local thing. That means market conditions and trends will vary greatly from one area to another. That's why it's super important not to pay attention to national headlines when it comes to buying homes and selling homes in Orlando, Florida. It's way different than doing that here than it is, let's say, in Evansville, Indiana. And you know why. The property here is extremely valuable. We're the #1 tourist destination in all of the world. We don't have any taxes here for your personal or your taxes personally. So everybody wants to come to Florida. That means everybody's looking for a home. Well, that's when you need professionals to find those homes that nobody else else can find. That is the Nickley Group. These guys can do that for you. They can find that house that checks off all the boxes for you and your family and give you multiple choices as well. And look, if you're selling your home, nobody is going to do a better job at getting you max value for your property than the Nickley Group. And when you consider that's your biggest asset, when you sell that, you're looking to make the most money. A mistake there could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. That's why you really have to think this out. The Nickley Group can help you do that. They actually have teams to walk you through every process to make sure you're getting the top dollar for your home. They even have a VIP program that includes stuff like free appraisals, free home warranties, even free moving trucks and supplies. But look, if you don't want to deal with any of that stuff, you just like to sell your house and not deal with that, they got that covered as well. It's their guaranteed cash offer. That means no showings or open houses, and you could close that deal in just 14 days. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Looking for something different to do this month? Come explore the St. Johns River on the St. Johns River Ship. The St. Johns River Ship is packed with unforgettable events on the water, from elegant themed high tea cruises to high energy nights like Rockin' on the River, live shows, and specialty dinner cruises. Celebrate holidays, theme parties, or just enjoy a night out with incredible food, entertainment, and scenic views. Don't miss what's coming up next on the river. Visit stjohnsrivershipco.com. That's stjohnsrivershipco.com.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is brought to us by wearebeyondabank.com. And buying a home in today's market can feel impossible, especially when you're competing with cash buyers. But now there's a smarter way. At wearebeyondabank.com, they offer the Buyer's Edge program. That means when you make an offer, sellers know your financing is solid, so your offer can compete with cash. And for sellers, when you get an offer from a buyer in the Buyer's Edge program from wearebeyondabank.com, you don't have to settle for a lower cash price. They even back the Buyer's Edge program with a $5,000 guarantee that your loan will close and close on time. Get the edge today, the Buyer's Edge. Visit wearebeyondabank.com. That's wearebeyondabank.com. And MLS ID number 1281698, equal housing and fair lending.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Sunnyside Electric.
My outlets aren't working.
I can help.
Great. Send an electrician.
Do you have extension cords?
Ugh, here we go again. I should have called Frank Gay.
Plug the cord into your neighbor's house.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work, you need a qualified electrician who doesn't take shortcuts and will fix the problem right the first time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
To everyone who thinks bold burgers are worth celebrating, let our team member Isabe tell you about the Colby Jack Pub Burger at Culver's.
This pub burger is packed with flavor. I mean, I could talk about it all day, but honestly, it might be better to hear it from the people who love it the most. This is what some of our guests had to say.
This is the best burger I've ever had.
Lots of flavors going on in there.
That sauce, so good.
We love to hear it, and that's exactly why it's officially back right now for a limited time. Complete with everyone's favorite combination of fresh, never frozen beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo. Put it all together, and you've got a burger people can't stop talking about, me included. It's the perfect burger to turn an ordinary day into something special, and we love making it fresh for you just as much as you love eating it. Come on in and let us make a Colby Jack Pub Burger for you at Culver's.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for your trade-in too. At Greenway Kia, over 40 dealerships bid for your trade, so you can be confident you're getting the best value possible for your trade-in. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Negative equity refinance.
next. Expires 6/5/26.
Yacht Rock Radio on iHeartRadio drops anchor and goes commercial-free every weekend. Weekends were made for smooth sailing. Yacht Rock Radio's got the soundtrack. Just sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy. The smoothest soft rock from the 70s and 80s. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and set sail.
iHeartRadio. Radio. 104.1.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff. Still to come, we find out what's in the good sauce with Ross Padgett. Today at 6 on The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, how's it, Ohana? Oh, big shout out to our 920th Air Wing Rescue Squadron and the Coast Guard for their efforts yesterday. Yeah, in the press conference today, they said they just flat out don't find survivors. They were already airborne doing exercises when they got the call. And again, credit to that pilot for being able to put that plane down like he did and have all of those people survive. They even deployed the raft. Aloha.
Aloha, brother. Gave us the breaking news on that. I think we were the first people to really talk about that.
Insane.
Yeah, it happened in real time. He actually called us yesterday while it was going on. National news this morning.
Yeah, 11 people rescued.
Yeah, that's incredible. It really is. To be able to put a plane down like that and have everybody walk away from it, simply amazing stuff. That's hero stuff.
I only kind of saw it in passing on the news this morning and stuff while I was doing other stuff, preparing for the show and all that. And they said the plane was going from one spot in the Bahamas to another spot in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But the place where they'd said on the map they went down seemed closer to Florida.
Oh, did it really? The part I said the part I saw was like in the middle of or is it Archipelago, right? The set of islands there or whatever?
They were about 80 miles off the coast of Melbourne.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Again, text us 77031. Media is your 5 o'clock keyword. That's MEDIA. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Do you guys know anybody with Meta glasses?
No.
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they creepy to you?
I don't find them to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just depends on where you're using them, really. But the Meta glass, I mean, obviously, I think it's probably a little creepier just by default if you pay somebody to remove the light.
Yeah, well, or just, I guess, paint over it, right? Because and by the way, one of the issues, and this is a BBC story about Meta glasses, because now there are a number of issues and an entire wave of complaints now coming in about Meta glasses. They're piling up, and one of them is the fact that the light that indicates that you're recording in the daylight is really hard to see. Now, at night, you can see it, of course, because I think it's a little red or a green light or whatever it is.
Sure.
And you can see it, no differently than the one we have on the camera right now, providing the stream for us, for the people watching the show. But with this Meta thing, apparently when you get into the sunlight, it's very difficult to tell whether or not they are recording or not.
Which makes sense.
And that's a gigantic problem, because what's happening is a lot of dudes who are wearing these things, and they look like Wayfarers. They look like Ray-Bans, right? You've seen them. They're a little bulkier. I think they're relatively easy to point out. But the new designs, the ones I saw as part of the story with Zuckerberg wearing them, they were not as intrusive that way. They didn't have the big bulky frames. They've really narrowed down the frame so they don't look really suspicious, but they do have the 2 dots in each corner, that looks like a design element, but they're actually cameras, right? And it says women leaving the beach, going in the shops, or just standing outside are being approached by men wearing Meta Ray-Bans, and they're asking them questions and kind of hassling a little bit, and it's becoming an issue.
I think that, I know that it was an issue for the people when they were opening Epic Universe.
Yes.
When I got a chance to go in for the preview, it was the weekend that they had lifted the ban on cameras. And so it was like the first chance for all the bloggers and stuff to get in there. All the theme park people were they had just had like press day the day before. And so there were people filming everywhere. But up until that point, people were getting fired over taking pictures, fired over everything, and they were confiscating things left and right. And I thought, I wonder how much they're looking for these glasses, these Meta-style glasses. Because they don't have prescription meta glasses, do they? They might.
I actually do not know. I'm sure you could probably get them. I mean, most of them are just like sunglasses. But having prescription glasses would be even more effective because you could wear them 24/7, not just out in the sunlight. Because if you're wearing them inside, it looks sketch. You don't want to. Somebody's wearing their sunglasses inside. It looks dumb. It looks like again, it's shaky.
Okay, you can order them with prescription lenses.
Can you really?
Yeah, you can get them directly from Meta.com, Ray-Ban.com, Oakley, or Lens Crafters and Target Optical.
Here's the problem, right? Or here's one of the problems. I'll go through this a little bit. Women usually only find out that they've been videoed when they see them online. And the reason why is if you're out in public and somebody videos you, it's completely fine.
Yeah.
You're in public space, you're on a public sidewalk, you're in a parking lot, whatever the case may be, you are out in public. Now, they can't wear them in your house if you don't want, or any of the video taken in your home or a place of privacy they cannot use. But other than that, it's the Wild West. They can use whatever video they can get.
Now, I wonder, because I know whenever their argument about a camera being in public or a camera filming somebody somewhere, I think when it's residential and it can go over your fence or something and it could pick up your neighbors,
yeah,
I think you're allowed to do that, but you can't record audio.
Yeah, you cannot. In this state, you cannot record audio. I can record all the video I want of you, but I cannot record sound. Even when you're in your house. Matter of fact, there's a big case. I think it came out of St. Peter, Tampa, where a guy in a neighboring hotel videotaped a couple in another hotel that was easily findable in the frame of the camera, doing it, and he did not get in trouble because he didn't do anything wrong. There was no audio from it, and they lost the case. Now, if there's audio, they have to tell you you're being recorded. Much like here, even with phone calls, even sometimes when people are calling into the station as an interview and they know they're going to be on the air, you still kind of, hey, you're going to be on the air. Mm-hmm. You're going to be live on the air. You need to understand that type thing. And one of the other issues it's interesting about this case as well is it says even the wearers have been caught off guard about what they're recording because sometimes you don't know you're recording. Right? I guess if you hit it wrong or tap it wrong, it can start recording and you don't even know it. Mm-hmm. And what happens, the problem is there are workers for the company, and actually it's based in Kenya, that have to watch videos through Meta's glasses for AI training for the company. And it said, so you're required to watch these videos that come in to kind of teach you how to, I guess, design the AI that works with them. But the problem is the videos they're seeing are incredibly personal. People having sex, people going to the bathroom, people in the shower, because people are taking these videos and they don't remember that they're on. So they're videotaping some of the most, private moments in their life. Yeah, it says right here, it says AI training for the company. It says they're required to watch graphic content like sex and bathroom usage. People who own the glasses filed 2 lawsuits. In one, people said they had no such idea videos had been made. In the other, they said they did not know their videos were being shared by the company for review.
It's hard to imagine how you would get that job done without being required to watch some of this stuff. I mean,
right.
And at what point is the company breaking the law by making you watch it? Like, if they're telling you have to watch it from start to close and then report on it or do whatever job you're supposed to do for each video you watch, I could see where they would have a case. But it's like, hey, the only way to stop this from happening is to see it and just hit skip.
Yeah. Or turn it off, right? I mean, you have the ability, because I think what it is, now I've never won a pair, and I was just reading the story, I guess you tap the frame. If you want to videotape, you can turn it on and off from that. I guess it shows you an indication on the inside that it's recording, or no?
I have never worn any of them.
And you can listen to music through them as well, because it's got the thing that the speakers are at the end of the tongs of the glasses, the earpieces, so it's kind of cool that way. How many pairs do you think have sold in the U.S. so far? Or how many pairs total so far? By the way, the report said these things are selling like crazy. What do you think that is?
How long have they been for sale?
I don't know, about 5 years now? 4 or 5 years?
Oh, gosh.
Maybe longer?
80 million.
124 million.
No, it's not that many. It's only 7 million. But still, I think he said this is the fastest growing consumer electronic they have. He says these are some of the fastest growing consumer electronics in history. That's what Zuckerberg is saying.
Someone just texted us at 77031. I work at a private school, and yes, there are prescription glasses that you can get, lenses for the Meta glass frames. We've already had to deal with that problem with a student that had prescription Meta glasses in class and taking a test.
Yeah, for sure. I would think that any of those, I mean, you can spot them a mile away right now, but I mean, eventually they'll become considerably more difficult to spot.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're dealing with. And it's so funny. Hey, let me ask, I mean, do you guys believe, if this stuff is being done in Kenya, right? But because it's an American company, they're still bound to American laws, though, right?
One would assume.
Yeah, like a worker for Meta in Kenya is still bound to American laws that regulate that particular technology or imagery.
Are you asking if the worker in Kenya can sue Meta in America?
Yeah, I'm asking that because that's one of the problems is the people who are in Kenya who work at these spots are upset that they have to watch this graphic content and they don't want to do it. They don't want to watch people go to the bathroom or random people have sex. But they say, Meta's saying that that's part of what we have to do to learn how to do it right, is these people have to review this information.
This is kind of, a lot of people are texting as well. I work in construction, and we use those glasses for safety purposes and feedback on safety issues. Someone else said, I have prescription Metas. I bought them because I go to a lot of events and travel a lot. I like to get some video and pics without having to look at a screen or have my phone out in crowded areas.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Do you think that bands would rather see you recording illegally on Meta glasses instead of holding your phone up? I remember going to when we did the Lady Gaga show for the Super Bowl. She did a little show at the Super Bowl down in Miami years back, and my wife and I went down. I did it as a gift for her, and we went down to Lady Gaga. When we got in the show, we were up against the stage. Nice. I mean, we were right there. It was from me to you, from Gaga, actually from me to Deb a couple of times. And I remember turning around because I remember watching her face, and you could see how she had a weird, disappointed look on her face, even though she's doing a show. And I turn around, and it is basically a sea of screens. So much so that it was kind of wild because you almost couldn't see faces. All you saw was the screens being held up, recording her performance.
I would prefer, as the person on stage, just use the glasses.
Yeah, just use the glasses. I mean, if you're going to rip off my stuff, just rip it off with the glasses. But how would you know? I mean, could they confiscate that going into a gig? I mean, you're recording their performance without their permission.
You could. It's possible, but if you're trying to get all of them, you are holding up the line, and it's impossible to get every little thing that people could use to record stuff like this.
It says here that they think 100 million people will buy a form of smart glasses or Meta glasses in the next few years. And if such a prediction comes reality, the ability of institutions to enforce norms and laws that typically prohibit recording in places like courthouses, museums, movie theaters, hospitals, and bathrooms will be difficult when suddenly millions of eyeglasses are also cameras.
Well, I'd be curious. I don't have any desire at the moment to have a pair of glasses that record something. Like to have the pair of glasses for the purpose of recording something. Now, if this were some sort of AR kind of deal, where if I'm wearing glasses that are showing me things, are giving me messages or something, okay, depending on how they pull this off, depending on the execution, and if it's something that's not super distracting or like invasive to my normal just everyday thing,
right?
I would think about it, but then that would be more of a gadget for me doing cool stuff rather than I want these so I can film people without them knowing.
Right. But you got to remember, there's a large portion of the audience that would get them for exactly that.
Yeah.
I mean, for the sole purpose of just kind of being intrusive into people's worlds without them knowing it, whether it be a cleavage shot, whether it be whatever the case may be, and you don't look sus while you're doing it.
I'm curious what metric Zuckerberg is using to say that it's the fastest growing device ever, or just
he said
in the last so many years.
Well, he said in the next few years. He goes right now it's still one of the fastest growing consumer electronic areas that they have.
So he's just saying at the moment, this isn't growing faster than like the iPod or the phone.
I mean, is the phone growing? I mean, I think the phone is just the iteration that you're getting. I don't think it really does much more than it did like 2 years ago, right?
They're still trying to figure out the folding aspect.
Yeah, which I think is stupid anyway.
Dumb.
But by the way, if you ever want to know if I have a pair of glasses, I'll be easy to point out. I'll be the guy with Meta glasses still filming you with my phone. You'll know.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
I will be the easiest perv to pick out of the audience, dude. I'll be the guy not knowing what's going on. I'll be still using my phone with the glasses on my head. 100%.
There you go.
It says also popular uses these glasses are using to record pranks on people. It says wearers, often young men, get people to sign fake petitions or retail workers to smell candles sprayed with bad odors. Sometimes they steal food as it's being handed over at a drive-through and record their sprint. So they're using, just more of that. And obviously, as the online community grows, and it will continue to grow, there is this thirst for the ability to create content. And, phones are an obvious tell that you're doing something. But if you're able to kind of mask that, have your phone in your pocket, and still create the content with the glasses and not be intrusive or not tip anybody off that you're doing something sketchy like that. I mean, man, if I was a content creator with zero morals, I'd have 5 pair of these damn things. Mm-hmm. One for every occasion.
Wouldn't blame you.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good thing you won't know how to use them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm look, I'd love to be a perv. I can't figure it out.
Oh, yeah, somebody's correcting you. Like, no, you tap for a picture, Jimmy. You hold it down for video.
Oh, is that what it is?
Jimmy.
I'm so stupid.
What a dumb.
It says more signs of backlash are starting to appear in December. A man posted a video complaining that a woman he'd been recording on the New York City subway broke his meta glasses. If he was expecting sympathy, he was way wrong.
Yeah.
Because the internet came at him and said, she did you a favor, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably saved you an ass whipping in the subway a little bit later when people found out you're doing that. All right, 407-916-1041.
You earned it.
Text us at 77031. Don't forget, guys, your 5 o'clock keyword is media, MEDIA. Just kick it over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Time to load them up, guys. Trivia is next.
AI avoids awkwardness. We lean into it. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
Orlando City SC will host Philadelphia tonight. It's a matchup of the East's bottom 2 clubs. Lions have dropped 2 of their last 3 MLS matches. This year's Florida State football game will be played on Black Friday. The regular season finale is getting a 3:30 kickoff on ESPN. And former NBA center Jason Collins, the league's first openly gay player, has died at age 47 after battling brain cancer. I'm Scott Davidson.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
Looking for a workout that doesn't feel like a workout? At Crush Yard, wellness is all about movement, connection, and fun, no matter your skill level. Whether you've never picked up a paddle or you play every week, pickleball gets your body moving and your stress levels down. Adding great food, refreshing drinks, and a social atmosphere, and it's wellness you actually want to show up for. Learn more at CrushYard.com.
C-Lane here, and guys, let's have a chat for a second. If you are starting to see the symptoms of erectile dysfunction or PE show up in the bedroom, you know that's not something that fixes itself. It might be time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. A lot of guys are calling. They're very helpful, and they want you to avoid surgery. They told me that's one of their big goals. They have painless procedures, and surgery is painful, it's invasive, and it's expensive. And they don't want you to have to go through that. They want you to go through their painless procedure, and 98% of men see results right there in the office, right there, same day. So if you're still relying on pills, if you're having to up your dose, it's time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. They're getting guys back to where they should be and feel like themselves again. They're offering a free consultation, but you've got to call now. 407-723-7533. It's 407-723-7533. Don't overthink it. Just call the incredibly helpful, the incredibly knowledgeable folks at Premier Men's Medical Center and find them online at premiermensmedical.com.
They say a good lawyer knows the law and a great lawyer knows the judge. But the truth, the right lawyer makes all the difference in your life. At TK Law, the right lawyer will help you avoid trauma, resolve disputes, and find a way forward. Whether it's divorce, a business conflict, or a car accident, we are trusted by our clients, we're respected by our peers, and we're proven where it matters the most. Don't settle for just a lawyer. Choose the right lawyer. Choose TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
On Plus Nicotine Pouches present Comfort Chronicles. A 10 o'clock tea time. How comfortable. You show up in stretchy shorts, a breathable tee, and maybe no socks. Let the dogs breathe. While others sweat in pleated khakis, you're in your comfort zone bombing drive. And in your pocket, On Plus Nicotine Pouches. The softest pouch on the planet. Buy a can at onnicotine.com. Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music. The window's down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Whether it's that check engine light, those streaky wipers, or that DIY fix you've been putting off, now is the time to visit Advance Auto Parts, your first stop for parts, service, and reliability. From quick fixes to big jobs, we've got you covered. Need a new battery, brakes, wipers, oil? Everything you need is right here, along with people who really know cars. With Advance, you can always count on fast, friendly, and dependable service. Never settle for anything less. Visit Advance Auto Parts today.
Looking for a great deal on your favorite local spot? Head on over to centralfloridasaves.com, where you can find gift cards to Antica Wood-Fired Pizza and Market for 50% off. Antica serves specialty wood-fired pizza and Italian favorites, and you could save 50%. Supplies are limited, so head over to centralfloridasaves.com and check out the active deals before they run out. And don't forget to sign up for email alerts so you don't miss a deal. That's centralfloridasaves.com.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request. Try it now. Just open the free iHeart Radio app.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit thenickleegroup.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1 Media is your 5 o'clock keyword. That's MEDIA. Go to realradio.fm and send it off for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
C-Lane is here as well.
Hey.
And he has the C-Lane sack. What?
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
And it's to me. I have the prize here for you for trivia. JCS Trivia up for grabs. A pair of tickets to see Jim Brewer Saturday, May 23rd at the Plaza Live.
Yeah, there you go.
So that means back to you. A clickety clack.
All right, young lady. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let's go 5.
5 sounds good. Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Doing good. Want to play a little game with us?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. Yes, please. All right, Lisa, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue.
What?
Trying to fool you, Lisa, but you can find it. I'll send you over to CC Lane, and he's got something nice for you. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1830, the country of Ecuador is founded with Juan Jose Flores as its very first president. That's right, Ecuador was discovered on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Ecuador and 1 sky-high lie.
Oh, I see what you
All right, here we go. Number 1, we're talking about Ecuador. Which one of these isn't true, Lisa? Number 1, the Panama hat actually comes from Ecuador. Number 2, Ecuador is the largest exporter of bananas globally. Number 3, Ecuador's capital, Quito, is the highest elevation capital city in the world. Or lastly, Ecuador is known for producing the highest quality vanilla beans on planet Earth. Which one of those is untrue?
Number 1.
No, that's absolutely true. The Panama hat is not from Panama. It's actually made and designed in Ecuador.
Oh, wow.
That's where it came from for sure. All right, Deb, 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Let's go 2.
2 sounds good. Let's get over to Josh. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Glad to hear that. Doing great. We're talking about Ecuador here. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, Ecuador is the largest exporter of bananas globally. Number 2, Ecuador's capital, Quito, is the highest elevation capital in the world. Or lastly, Ecuador is known for producing the highest quality vanilla beans on planet Earth.
Let's go with the capital, number 2.
No, that's absolutely true. Quito is the highest capital on planet Earth, the highest capital city that we have as a planet. All right, 1 or 3, Deb?
Let's go 1.
1 right up top. That is Jacob. Jacob, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, buddy. We're talking about Ecuador here. You got a 50-50 shot at making it over to the old sea lane sack. God, that sounds so crazy.
Dirty.
Which one of these is it?
Jackie sack sounds fine,
Yeah,
but
it's fine. Jackie, hacky, it's a play on words, whatever. Find the fakie here, buddy. Ecuador is the largest exporter of bananas globally, or Ecuador is known for producing the highest quality vanilla beans in the world.
Well, let's go with the vanilla beans.
That's
Jim.
the one, buddy. You're a winner. Hey, do you happen to know what Ecuador does produce that is a bean that is considered the highest quality of that on planet Earth?
I don't, but I'll guess a lima bean.
That's funny. It's cocoa beans. They produce the best chocolate out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the
there you
highest
go.
quality cocoa beans on Earth come from Ecuador. You're on hold, buddy. You're a winner. Congratulations, Jacob. You win something nice from the old price.
Because Madagascar is the place for
That's
vanilla
where the,
bean,
yeah,
right?
that's where the vanilla is. And Ecuador is the largest exporter of bananas globally as well.
That I did not know.
I didn't either, man. For some reason, I thought it was somewhere else. I can't even tell you where else it was.
my guess for the lie was bananas.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did you think it was then?
Dominican? I don't
Yeah,
know who
Brazil?
I thought it was. But
Yeah, I thought it was something like that as well. I thought it was more of an island. Maybe an island nation. I don't know. A couple other things about Ecuador over here before we get to the top of the hour. We got a Ross is calling to tell us what's happening on Good Sauce. It says because the Earth bulges at the equator, Ecuador's Mount Chimborazo, its peak is the farthest point from Earth's core.
Whoa.
Because the way that the Earth bulges there, that peak is actually the farthest from the center of the Earth, which actually makes it higher than Mount Everest.
That is cool.
But it's kind of wild how it works out there. One of the most traditional dishes in Ecuador is roasted
Guinea pig.
guinea pig. Yeah, it certainly is. And then lastly here, Ecuador is equator. That's what it's named after, named after the equator, which runs through the dead center of the country of Ecuador, splits it in half. So you can go to Ecuador and stand with 1 foot in the southern hemisphere and 1 foot in the northern hemisphere, and I believe it's one of the only places you can do that.
I think my old roommate proposed to his wife there.
Did he really?
I believe so.
At that same spot?
Yes.
That's pretty cool, man.
I mean, I think if you're going to propose it in Ecuador, that would be the spot to pick.
That would.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, also, we've got Joanna and Jorge, the folks
Yes.
who take care of our building. They're from Ecuador.
My daughter's been to Quito. She said it was wonderful. She said the people were incredibly nice. The food was insanely good. And they have
Not a lot of carbs.
No. They have a national drink there that she said was crazy. And it's like do you know is it a Piso sour? Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it, yeah.
A Pasizo or whatever. There's a liquor from there that's like almost like a mix between tequila and rum.
Wait, no, not the Pisco Sour.
Yeah,
That's a cocktail.
Yeah, that's it. The Pisco sour, because that Pisco, that liquor, is specific from an area in South America or Central America, I believe. I want to say it's Peruvian. And it's a rum, but it doesn't taste like rum from the islands.
This says high proof unaged brandy produced from fermented grape juice in Peru and Chile.
Yeah, okay, so it's okay. But something else, I guess, but we have a bottle of that, and we had no idea what to do with it. We had a party and had just had it out because we were going to do shots, and somebody says, no, you make a thing called a Pisco Sour. And then they made one, and I don't even know what's in it. It's this Pisco, it's lime, and some other stuff, but apparently that's the drink. Like when you go there, it's everywhere.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad. No, right? It wasn't bad. It wasn't ouzo for any means. That's for damn sure.
Ouzo tastes like
licorice, kind of.
Okay, that's like aguardiente in Colombia.
Yeah.
In Costa Rica, they all drink. They had like almost the national liquor of Costa Rica was guaro.
Yeah, guaro. Yes.
Cacique was the national brand there, and so at the airport, anybody who had been around to a bunch of the restaurants and bars and tried different guaro drinks that wanted to bring it home because you can't really get your hands on it that easily in the U.S. There was a whole bunch to buy at the airport. All these gift sets. The shot that they came up with the chili guaro is like it's like a Sangrita or a Bloody Mary in a small cup.
Yeah.
And and every restaurant, every bar had their own take on the chili guaro, and so they had all these kits in the gift shops, and my friends were all buying them up at these airport gift shops. I went to duty free, and it was like half the price.
Oh, really?
I was like, you guys just stocked
got to
up.
do duty free.
You guys just stocked up and got hosed at the airport gift shop, and I went to duty free, and it was like $13 for a month.
Dude, I got to tell you, when we went to Mexico this last time on this one cruise, we did this tour. This is actually last September. We did this tour inland, and it was kind of a cheesy tour. But one of the tour stops was a tequila plantation, like a distillery, right? And I found out a big scam there. I did not know this happened because you just always assume, but they take you back there and they walk you through this entire plane. We've been doing this for 150 years. These are the still pots. This is where we do this, and this is where we do that. But you don't see any tequila being made anywhere. It just looks like something that maybe Universal built. And then they walk you in a room that looks like an old church, and they've got these bottles set up, and you taste what's like. It's not even like it's a third of what a NyQuil cup would be. That's the taste you're getting. Or like you're telling us the story. And then we get back into the thing, and we're talking to people about buying it. And they're like, "You didn't buy any, did you?" And I'm like, "No, it was like $85 to $100 a bottle." He goes, "Good, because that stuff is." He goes, "That's kind of a scammy setup, and there are a lot of little places like that in Mexico to try to scam you like that." Did not know it. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Got Ross Padgett on the other side of this, plus a fresh keyword right now.
It's back. The 2026 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, happening now through May 25th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets and buttons available now at orlandofringe.org.
Slow ride right now, I-4 eastbound between 417 and 535. Crash still blocking the shoulder, traveling I-4 eastbound as well before you get to Florida's Turnpike. And a crash 408 eastbound, the off-ramp to Goldenrod Road, still blocked there. Some minor delays through that area. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey guys, you're out there right now, maybe got a plumbing problem you've been ignoring for a while because you're terrified to call a plumber. You know they're just going to come in there and give you some crazy number because you don't know anything about plumbing. They can tell you anything they want. Man, that's why you got to get with Modern Plumbing Industries. These guys are nothing like that. They have been an absolute godsend to my family and I. We bought this old house. It's got some areas that needs to be kind of fixed up. And man, they have not shied away from one of these tough jobs. As a matter of fact, I had some sinks from the 1950s I wanted to use. Well, the modern technology doesn't work with those. The guys over at Modern Plumbing actually fabricated parts so that I could use the sinks I want. And that's just where it starts with these guys. They got it covered everywhere. From houses to high rises, they can do it all. They are employee owned and they've been in business since 1975. All plumbing issues, gas issues, water heaters, leaks, and so much more. You got to call these guys. And look, when you book your appointment, be sure to mention the Jim Colbert Show. That's straight up a $50 discount right off rip. For 24-hour service, it's easy. 407-327-6000 or get them online at modernpi.com.
Most of us have given up on something before. Like when you bought that exercise bike that's now a laundry rack. Or when you tried doing your own hair, but then begged your stylist for an appointment. Some things in life are just easy to quit, but quitting highly addictive tobacco isn't. It takes real support. And we can help. Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services to help you stay smoke-free. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine patches, gum, or lozenges. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
When it comes to the floors in your home, trust them to no one other than Corey from Core Flooring Center. Over 20 years of experience in the flooring industry. Core Flooring has a huge selection of made-in-the-USA waterproof laminate, vinyl planks, wood flooring, carpeting, and more. Plus, you get a lifetime installation warranty. They did 2 rooms in my home, and I absolutely love the finished product. Plus, Core Flooring has a best price guarantee on all installed projects. Bring Corey a quote, he guarantees to beat it. So when it comes to the floors in your home, go see Corey at Core Flooring Center. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Breaking news, Memorial Day is coming early. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, RC is on site and a lamp.
Jan, these folks know how to party. It's Memorial Month with special incentives now through Memorial Day at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Memorial Day savings all month long. Look at this happy customer.
I was buried in my trade. I had like 20 payments left, but you got me out, RC. Woohoo!
That's right, I'm paying 3, 4, even 6,000 more for your trade. And what about you?
Well, I saved a heap of cash. Got a new Outlander, only $349 a month.
And Outlander SUVs received the highest IIHS safety rating. Plus, get 0% financing for 72 months.
They got 200 certified pre-owned, many under 20 grand.
RC got me approved with a local credit union. Yeah, I got a low rate, too.
It's Memorial Month. New Outlander SUVs, all the tech, third row seating, and a lifetime warranty.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand.
Just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Offers plus tax tag entitled to qualified buyers.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Here's your spring upgrade. Sun's out. Drink in one hand and a free Samsung Galaxy phone in the other. All on unlimited 5G. Switch to Total Wireless and stay connected through every road trip, beach day, and everything in between. Now that's a total power move. Offer ends 7/8/2026 or while supplies last. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires new activation on a Total 5G Unlimited or Max 5G plan, single or multi-month plan. Additional port-in ID verification or device financing requirements vary by device. Purchase limits apply.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Real radio.
104.1. Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as simple and affordable as possible. Whether you need a routine cleaning or advanced care like implants, crowns, oral surgery, or custom dentures, Sage Dental brings all your dental needs conveniently together under one roof. At Sage, we use the latest in dental innovation, including minimally invasive techniques for more comfort and faster healing. Need a crown? Sage can create same-day custom crowns right in our office. In addition to Medicare, we accept most insurance plans. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on your care. Same-day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Hello, I'm Robert Smigel. I did lots of things. Cartoons on SNL, Conan stuff, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, some movies. But now I'm past my peak. So I'm hosting a podcast, Humor Me with Robert Smigel and Friends. Each week, me and my favorite comedians, writers, and whatnots help regular people just like you, presuming you're regular, who have some project or task that they'd like us to help make funnier.
Search Humor Me on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
The following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, COIN. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
So I love my meta glasses. They're really fun to use. I love taking to the theme parks and going on coasters or attractions with it or record it. You can know if it's recording. It does a little indicator light inside actually does indicate it. But a lot of people are drilling out the LED light on the front of it so people don't know they're recording. And then also blocking or drilling out the small little indicator light inside the glasses so people can't see it recording. So it's a big issue for that.
It certainly is. The story on the BBC today said it's a gigantic issue because they're selling very fast, and unfortunately a lot of people don't realize, what's going on. I mean, if you're not really privy to the fact that, those glasses are meta glasses, you could get yourself into a situation, say something you shouldn't be saying, do something you shouldn't be doing or whatever, and people catch that, or even just be in a private, personal situation and have somebody capture that on film is just terrifying, man.
Yeah,
absolutely horrifying.
Especially when the only way you learn about it is by seeing it online.
Right. And by the way, there could also be just fallout. Imagine if we are all sitting at a table at a restaurant and I'm wearing these glasses, and let's say I'm a food reviewer and I turn my glasses on to get some pictures of the food and stuff, and inevitably catch a conversation that's happening next door, or the table next door that's saying something that's like really sideways. Man, the idea that you can't have a private conversation at a restaurant, in a situation without being recorded is terrifying to me. Like, the idea of that is scary as hell.
I guess I'm just, and I think you're a little bit like this too, used to just being in a situation where I go, I don't know who's around, so I'm not going to say much.
Yeah.
Because I've been in like an Uber with friends, and they'll ask me something a little inside about work, and I'll be like, we'll talk about this later. Because then, I look, and the Uber driver, he's got an Orlando City hat on.
Yeah. You got to be very careful.
Right. And then right before we get out, the guy goes, "You're C Lane, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Thank God I didn't answer that question."
Exactly.
Thank
All right.
God.
77031. That's how you text us. Your 6 o'clock keyword is coin. That's COIN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back to the show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
C Lane is here as well.
Hey.
And every single Wednesday, I can look at the screen and see it's not who we think it is. But Ross Padgett usually joins us to let us know what's happening on Good Sauce. Today we got the legend, Mr. Joel Warren.
Yay!
What's up, buddy? He can't hear you.
Are you there, buddy?
Oh, he can't hear us.
Here, I didn't change anything. Let's see.
Joel Warren. Joel Warren. He's Warren, and he's Joel.
And he's Joel.
Joel Warren. Look, he got to tell you, he looks amazing on the feed. I mean, he really does. He does. He looks amazing. Good lighting, the whole 9 yards. His beard is coiffed quite well. His eyebrows look amazing.
Oh.
I mean, he's so good. Are you there, Joel?
I got you.
All right, very good.
Yay!
Hey, it's good to see you, buddy. How's things?
Good to see you. They're doing great. How are you?
Doing good, buddy. I know the Good Sauce is tonight. Another wonderful episode, like 130 now or something?
Well, after triple digits, we stopped counting.
Just stopped counting. Yeah, good.
100 and something officially now for the rest of it. Tonight we're diving in on the idea of roasts, of roasting friends, roasting other comedians, and just kind of the concept of being mean for fun.
Yeah, I got to tell you, buddy, it's so funny you mentioned that. The Kevin Hart roast, of course, is probably what powered this, and I thought this one was it didn't seem to be comedy. It seemed to be just like revenge. It didn't really seem like they were shooting for laughs, although they got laughs. Some of it just was mean. It didn't they were airing grievances is what it seemed like. I mean, back in the day when they were doing them, you'd get really great joke writing. It just wasn't there this time. I've been asked to be a part of one. I refuse to do it. Have you ever been asked to be a part of one?
No, but I know that I would say no because I couldn't take it. I don't want anybody to be mean to me ever.
And you know what the crazy thing is?
I'm fine with it.
The crazy thing is I would have no.
You're crazy.
I would have no problem people being mean to me, but I could not be mean to anybody. For the sake of doing it, I could not do that. I would literally have to dislike you or have something against you to come at you that hard, and I just don't have it in me to do it for fun. And as crazy as that sounds,
behind people's backs, like the classy way to do it, just when they don't know.
Exactly, when it doesn't hurt their feelings.
Yeah, I like to come home and then tell my wife all the mean things I think about everyone I've met that day. And that's how you're supposed to do it, I think.
Have you ever, even though you say you would say no to being in a roast, have you ever found yourself coming up with good material that would be like, if I ever did say yes to this, this would be a fantastic joke to tell?
I have written for roasts.
Okay.
But I didn't have to say it. I've done joke writing for a roast, which is the cowardly way to do this. But I know who I am, and it's a coward. Yeah. I've got the mean part. It's just I know that if I flipped it and allowed people to then roast me back, which is sort of part of the invitation.
It is.
I don't have that.
And by the way, it's not just one person coming at you. It's the entire dais, usually at least taking one shot. And I have to kind of retro. I roasted Ross one time. Matter of fact, you and I wrote I still think I have that list of jokes that you and I wrote for Ross's roast when I called his hair piss mop yellow.
Okay.
Yes. I think it was you said it looked like somebody threw a slice of cheese at a fork.
That's a good one. Man, maybe I should do it more often.
We had a lot of good ones, but that doesn't count because Ross is down for it.
Yeah. You're right.
It's different. That was kind of the gist of it. We realized is it's different if it's your friends, but these were comedians. They're hired guns, and there's a writer's room, and that takes all of the I know where the line is because I know you out of it.
Yeah, and the one thing is you do find out who really doesn't like each other. Like we found out that night that Chelsea Handler and Shane Gillis do not care for each other.
A lot of the
and Cat Williams and Kevin Hart. I didn't know there was a beef there. Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that, and I wonder how authentic this squash of the beef is. But I did see a lot of articles about how they were like, wow, it seems like Shane Gillis and Chelsea Handler really can't stand each other. And I go, well, how awkward was it for them to sit next to each other the entire night? If Shane Gillis wasn't on stage, he was sitting right next to Chelsea Handler.
And it's wild. I mean, that happens sometimes in the other ones, too. Some of the people that come out the hardest, man, they're the ones that sit. I mean, I remember Jeff Ross, if I remember right, was sitting like right below Pam Anderson when he made one of the greatest roast jokes of all time about the donkey ride to the bottom of her, you know what?
Yes. Oh, and that Comedy Central era of roasts was a different era. I think the Netflix has established that they're on the edge and they're going to push the edge, and that's what you're signing up for.
I like what they've established as far as doing them live because the Comedy Central roasts were kind of kind of an offshoot of they televised some of the Friars roasts, and the Friars roast used to be very private.
Yes,
and then they would record the Comedy Central roast. And they would have guidelines, and then if you broke the guidelines, they would cut your jokes for air. And Netflix is like, nope, we're live. We are a little clunky as of how we're broadcasting this whole thing, but we're not stopping it.
Right, yeah. The Tom Brady roast was the one where I checked out. Like I had no interest in watching this Kevin Hart thing, and I do think some of the people on the dais are pretty funny. I think Jeff Ross is always funny, but man, when that Tom Brady one just ruined me, dude. I was like, look, I'm not even a Brady guy. I know he's a great quarterback, but just saying those things in front of his children it was just so much, man. I just could not imagine volunteering for that. That's what I said the entire time, Joel. I'm like, why is he doing this? What is he gaining from this? He's already one of the most famous athletes that's ever lived in this country.
And he's got money too.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
He's got a $6 million watch.
Scratch some itch that I do not have to put yourself through that. So, I guess maybe it shows that you're humble and you're a real person, but
but we know that's not the case because his personality really isn't like that. I mean, he's an alpha kind of guy. I mean, you talk to people who are in the locker room with him, he's a complete ball buster. He'd walk up to his favorite friend and favorite family or his favorite player and tell him to get their S together. I think there's video of it, of him being hard on players. So, anything else tonight, or is it roast all the way down the road?
It's roast about to the 50-yard line, and then we go to one of our buddies, John, who's been on the show quite a few times, just did a 17-hour car ride with a 4-month-old and his wife.
Oh.
They went to Ohio, and they made it back. They're still married.
That's good.
Is the kid still alive?
The kid's still alive. Everyone made it back, so he really won. And we go through the small failures along the way to that victory.
Oh, very cool. And you're going to be with us on Friday, right?
I am. We're going to talk Fringe, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, and by the way, you were so kind to extend an invite to your show coming up. Yeah, tell us a little about what you're doing at Fringe this year.
Yeah, so Ross and I have done this Orlando International Fringe Festival for the last 2 years, and I've been doing it off and on for probably the last 15. But this year I got in, and Ross was taking the year off to raise his child like a good dad.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I'm still going to use the slot in case you don't, if you don't mind. And he goes, yeah, do your thing. So I've had this show in my notes folder for 10 years.
Wow.
And I just wrote down on a work trip, what if a kid's dance competition, the kids got sick, and the only way they could settle who won was to have the dads do their kids' dances. And that was it. It was just that thought in a notes folder. And then when I got this Fringe slot, I thought, I'm going to do that. And I happened to be working on a production trip, and I got a costume designer, and I got a choreographer, and I got people to write all the songs we're dancing to. So this is the most anti-AI theater production of all time.
Good. That's awesome.
It is homegrown, organic, locally sourced, Dad Bod Dance-Off.
Dad Bod Dance-Off. So if you're going to Fringe, remember Dad Bod Dance-Off.
Yes.
Joel was also part of 10 Sketches. And 2 years of that, which were absolutely fantastic, by the way. Both years of that show were amazing. Matter of fact, I tried to talk Ross to talk you into taking that on the road for a little bit, because I thought that it would sell quite well in comedy clubs, and it would be unique for people.
Well, I'll break the news. He's listened to you, and we are going to do it this summer.
Good. You should be doing it, because I'm telling you, it's automatic. And I got to tell you, if you're used to stand up, and if you don't like the stand up in the first 5, 10, 8 minutes or whatever, you're like, man, it's hard. You check out a little bit. Maybe you don't like the style. Maybe you don't like the voice. Maybe you don't like the stage presence. But with 10 Sketches, you get something different every 5, 10 minutes. There's a new idea coming at you, and it's awesome. It really is. It is one of my favorite Fringe shows of all time, because it changes so much. There's different scripts. You're not getting the same thing or feel or character.
I laugh whenever the clip of you guys robbing banks and president masks comes up.
Yeah.
Great one. It's a banger.
Yes. 2 Obamas, baby.
Yeah. And I remember when Ross called me to talk to me about that sketch, and he goes, this is what we're doing. And I just started laughing at the sketch. And then, of course, it scored quite well with the audience.
Yeah, and like I said, that show's coming back, I think, in July, August of this summer. So, and we have 20 to do the 10 sketches of. So it's really a greatest hits show of kind of what we've been working on the last 3 or 4 years. But this show, Dad Bod Dance-Off, is basically in the same vein, because I write half of the sketches too, but without Ross telling me, no, don't do that.
That's good.
If you have 20 sketches to pull from and to do the 10 sketches show, does that mean there's a possibility for an encore? Like, if you're done with the show, but they just, they're cheering and clapping and saying it, you could rock star it and just come back out and do an encore sketch?
Bro, we could rock star and do a whole nother hour.
They could. Seriously, dude. They're all
long encore.
Every one of them is pretty strong. All right.
That's all we do.
Tonight at 8 o'clock, it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. This is Joel. They'll be talking about roasts tonight and talking to their buddy John about the road trip with a 4-month-old baby. And, of course, Joel will be in with us on Friday to hang out as well.
Can't wait. Thank you so much.
You got it, buddy. Good laugh for Joel Warren. What do you say, guys?
Hey!
You got it, buddy. All right, man. Dad Bod Dance-Off. Go check it out at the Fringe. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Media. That is your 6 o'clock keyword, MEDIA. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Crew still working on an accident blocking the shoulder. Actually, the on-ramp is partially blocked. Florida Turnpike southbound on-ramp from Orange Blossom Trail. Tapping the brakes, I-4 westbound between Fairbanks and Robinson Street. Accident reported Orange Avenue South, just north of 482. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Summit Racing has the parts, tools, and accessories to keep your ride summer road trip ready. You'll find everything for pre-trip maintenance and essentials like emergency roadside kits. Shop summitracing.com and enroll in the rewards program to get more power in every purchase.
Steel is the #1 brand in gas-powered landscaping equipment. Right now, you can find it at your local Tools Ace Hardware. From homeowner to professional, Steel is that perfect zero-turn mower for your landscaping needs. You can get 0% financing plus instant rebates on select Steel mowers and on any additional Steel tools as well. And never forget, Tools Ace Hardware has trained techs in their stores ready to service and repair your Steel equipment every single day. It's Steel zero-turn mowers, now available in-store at 12 Tools Ace Hardware locations. Find your Tools Ace Hardware today at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Solar Source is the company that can help you convert the sunshine into power in your home and help you reduce your power bill each and every month. Matter of fact, now is a great time to do it because Solar Source is rolling back to pre-2020 solar pricing. It's the Solar Source Price Rewind event, and it's your chance to lock in the best solar prices in years. It's great when you actually look forward to getting a power bill instead of that normal dread, and you can see how much.
Get ready for Memorial Day grilling with huge savings on premium brands at Tools Ace Hardware now through May 31st. Great deals on top grills from Weber, Napoleon, Big Green Egg, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Save up to $200 on Big Green Egg packages. Stock up on accessories, including 25% off Blackstone griddle accessories. Tools also has a huge selection of gourmet sauces, rubs, and seasonings, including Meat Church. Get free assembly and local delivery on all grill purchases $3.99 and up. Shop at any of their 14 Central Florida locations or online at acehardware.com. Tools Ace, your backyard place.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind. Because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
Whether it's that check engine light, those streaky wipers, or that DIY fix you've been putting off, now is the time to visit Advance Auto Parts, your first stop for parts, service, and reliability. From quick fixes to big jobs, we've got you covered. Need a new battery, brakes, wipers, oil? Everything you need is right here, along with people who really know cars. With Advance, you can always count on fast, friendly, and dependable service. Never settle for anything less. Visit Advance Auto Parts today.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for financing too, with rates as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And a helpful finance team working to get you approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
With approved credit. Offer expires 6/5/26.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Radio, no proof for no radio. 104.1.
At work? Just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. We appreciate that very much. Your 6 o'clock keyword is media, MEDIA. You know what to do. Get it to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And C-Lane is here as well,
hey,
which we appreciate greatly. Thanks for stopping by today, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
I just was walking to the restroom during the break, and we have a series of televisions on the wall out here, and one of them is locked in and broken off on Fox News. And I was watching as I rolled by, and they were doing a segment on subscription fatigue. And it's just so funny. I read that because just 2 nights ago, we're rolling through the shows we like to watch, and I bring up the TV, and at the apps at the bottom, or you can choose what app you want to use, right? I realized I'm subscribed to all of them. Yep. I am currently subscribed to Apple, yep, Paramount, yep, Netflix, yep, HBO Max, yep, Peacock.
Yep.
Yep.
What's the other? Did I already say Paramount?
I think you did, yes.
There's another one. Did I say Apple TV?
Yes.
Okay, I got that one. And there's one more. I know there's one more for sure because I remember looking at them going, while I don't watch anything on like 3 of those.
I know one that I'm not subscribed to because I just found out it exists like a week or 2 ago. Shudder.
Shudder, I don't even know what that is.
That is a subscription service that deals primarily, or pretty much, I mean, it only does horror movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, if you're into horror movies, Shudder is the place for you.
Yeah, that's wild, though, because a lot of the apps already have a relatively large horror section. There are a couple of them when you look at them. Like, there's one app, and they are dedicated to Scream. And one of them has, like, all the Final Destination movies. Like, they've made a deal with it, and you can see, like, there's, like, 15 Final Destination movies, and you can see them all.
Which is why I'm surprised that Shudder has enough to offer. Or maybe it might be on the cheaper side.
Oh, it's Prime is the other one.
Oh, probably have the.
Yeah. So the one, and what I'm trying to do is figure out like what I got to get rid of, and of course you have to go through 15 channels and visit the White House to get rid of these things.
You're not joking.
It's simply unbelievable how difficult it is, and of course they tried to pass legislation to make that easier, and everybody shut it down. I can't imagine why. No way it's the lobby. But anyway, we got that going on, and I've got like 6 or 7 of these things, and I legit watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, and like HBO Max. Those are the only ones I use. I put on Paramount the other day, and I looked at it, and I was like, why do we have this? Like, there's nothing on Paramount we want to watch. Nothing on Apple TV I want to watch.
There is one thing that we watch on Paramount, and it is the thing that my wife has to have on to go to bed. And that is Criminal Minds.
I was going to say it's got to be Forensic Files.
Deb and I are Forensic Files sleepers.
She goes to bed to murder shows. It's got to be Criminal Minds. I even have on a server somewhere a couple backup copies of Criminal Minds just in case our internet goes out.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, it's so funny. Deb and I have had this one connection that's kind of weird. Is the guy who does the voicing for the original Forensic Files, which started in I think 97 or something like that.
Yeah.
His name is
I'm getting it right now.
Oh my God! But his voice is like Peter Thomas.
There we go.
A legendary voice, and my wife laughs at me because every time I'll go to bed before her, and she'll come in, and inevitably there's Peter Thomas just talking his ass off, putting me fast to sleep.
Oh, he looks familiar.
Yeah, he's dead now.
When America fell in love with a voice.
Yeah, it's him.
I wouldn't have picked his voice, but I usually think of the other guy, the movie guy. When I think of like the voice that
the voice guy, Francisco Pablo or whatever the guy is. There's a couple of them.
Not Pablo Francisco. The guy that Pablo Francisco was making fun of.
Right. In a world.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy, right.
Now, do you guys have Disney and Hulu as well? Got Disney, got Hulu.
Yeah, God, dog, I do have Hulu, and I don't think I have Disney. We do have Hulu for sure.
You definitely don't have Disney.
So I definitely have Hulu because that's what I use to watch TV. I use the Hulu.
That's what we use.
Channel Watch, and then all the other ones I mentioned.
YouTube.
It's too much.
And now with the NFL splitting games between YouTube and Netflix, it's like now you can't get rid of the streaming services because if you're a baseball fan, the MLB has some games on, Apple TV this year.
Yep.
It's just...
Yeah, and then YouTube on NFL, YouTube on Netflix.
You have Peacock? Did you mention Peacock?
I do have Peacock. Yeah. I'm telling you, look, my cable bill, when we cut cable, we were with Spectrum for years, and when we cut that, I think my bill was like $160 a month or whatever it was. But of course, that provided everything that they had, like a billion channels, because all that was blended together. And then when I went to streaming, I was like, man, it seems like it's better, but now everything's $30 a month, and I have 7 of these things. Mm-hmm. So I'm paying like $50 more a month just so I don't have cables hanging from my TV. That's the only advantage I can see, is that there's no cable. That's the only advantage, right?
I mean,
you can hang a TV anywhere, and as long as the TV goes online, you will never have like a cable thing.
Well, you don't even need the cable to run into the TV anymore because a lot of the cable services, we watch YouTube TV, but we don't pay for it. But there's also other services like Hulu with the Live, or even some of the legacy cable services have apps for their content now, so you could watch live TV channels. The main ones, the main broadcast stations that you would watch in the morning or something, just on a Wi-Fi connection.
Really?
Yeah. YouTube TV, that's how that works.
Yeah, see, I actually tried YouTube TV one time and went back to Hulu, and I think maybe it was just a familiarity kind of thing where I was just familiar with the channels and the lineup and where everything was, and I like that kind of thing. I like the same. That way I can kind of predict it a little bit better. So, like, again, I don't think I've watched a movie on Disney. I don't think I've watched one on Paramount. or Peacock it's months. Like, it is months. Like, what'll happen is this, and the only reason I ever go to any of those apps is if I can't find anything to watch on the apps I know I have. Yeah. So if I roll through Netflix and I roll through Amazon Prime and HBO Max and we can't find anything, I'm like, well, I guess I'll log into Peacock and see if they got a movie they put up there I haven't seen.
I mean, I think if there's one I could get rid of, it might be Prime Video, but that one just comes with your Prime subscription.
With your account. There's no reason to do that.
There's no chance in hell our household is getting rid of Amazon Prime for deliveries and stuff.
Oh, yeah, not a chance that's happening. No way. And same here. Same, my wife uses Amazon Prime like I use a hammer. I mean, she's on it the entire time. But do
a lot of hammering there?
Yeah, I do.
Hammering all the time.
I had a sledgehammer in my hand this morning. Got a cut to prove it. Jeez Louise.
You don't have to call it that. It would be descriptive.
What kind of hammer?
Yeah. Small sledge. Tiny sledge. That's what they call me in the room. Tiny sledge.
Sister sledge.
Sister sledge. You don't say that.
You don't want sister sledge.
But yeah, I got to cut those out because I got to save myself a little bit of money there. We don't use them.
We use a lot of them. I gotta say, like, there's stuff we watch on Netflix pretty often. Peacock, there's a handful of shows we watch. Disney for sure for the youngin.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that. That's an automatic.
A lot of cartoons for him.
Is Amazon Prime the only channel that you can use to buy movies that are literally like in the theater? It's the only app I've seen that does that.
They're usually maybe they're still in like the later run theaters, or do they still have? They can't imagine they have dollar theaters anymore. My mom used to love going to the dollar theater. When I was younger.
I think AMC does a $5 Tuesday. I think that's the closest you'll get to that.
But they're not first run movies, but they might still be in this kind of theater going to streaming limbo, and that's where you can get some movies that you still have to pay like $20.
Yeah, no, it's $19.99. That's what I'm saying. These are movies that you're right. They're at the end of their run for their theater run, but they're still good movies. You want to check them out. Like, I'll do that. We probably do that once a month.
For some people, hypothetically, you could just use Amazon Prime to get ideas for what to go download.
From where, though?
Places, the internet.
I knew he was going to have to start sharing
I don't care for this LimeWire thing.
I haven't asked those people.
You haven't asked those people?
I haven't asked those people.
I knew a guy that could do that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. He could rig work out the Fire Stick thing, so you'd pump it in there, and it would last for like 3 months before they'd figure it out. They'd send a signal and just melt it. And then you'd have to go rewire one again. I say he. It could be a he or a she. But it's a he. We know. Yeah. We know who it is.
The ones that tick me off are you've already paid for the streaming service.
Right.
And then you go and you click on it and you go to watch a movie and they're like, oh, that'll be $9.99.
Right, and they're $6.
Well, then what the hell am I paying you for?
Exactly.
Why are you on my TV?
Well, usually those are like runs of shows that are like still relative, or movies that are still kind of right out of the theater.
Not even like I've gone to look for an old school film. I'm like, this is absolutely got to be free on this app.
Yeah.
And you go click it in, and you're like, why are you charging me if I'm already paying you?
And the thing is I think it's Netflix that does this. I mean, Celine may know more than I do, but they will warn you that this is about to leave the rotation.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you, I love that feature because if you log in, you're like, hey, this is going to be up here for only 3 or 4 more days.
That helps.
And I think that's what happens is like when it rolls out of that rotation, it goes into the pay mode where you have to pay. Some of them are like $1.99. Like I think if you go to Amazon, actually, they have. Like if you scroll way down, they'll have it like per price. And this movie's $5.99. This movie's $1.99. And it's just like old movies that you've probably seen 100 times.
Yes.
But why am I paying $1.99?
Well, because
I'm already paying you.
They only have so much server space, I guess.
For them, I think, because the service that Amazon was providing added on a streaming service with some free content.
Right.
You think that because you have Prime Video, all the content should be free. They were already selling movies. They were already selling music and DVDs and stuff, or stuff that you could just access digitally immediately and is not part of the subscription, excuse me. But I think that's why Amazon puts you in this weird place. My thing with the Prime Video is that you are a subscriber and they are still starting to, even though I think it was part of the agreement that they didn't, for the Prime Video content, adding commercials to it.
Oh, are they really?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think, does any other channel or any other app out there do that? do they have an opportunity for you to pay for a movie if you want to see it? I think all the other ones are just exactly like that. I would think Disney would be the only one that would attempt to do that. I don't think HBO does it. I don't think Paramount does it. I don't think any of the others do it.
You would think Disney does it, but they don't. You want to watch Moana? You just go and watch Moana.
There you go.
But you go to Paramount, you want to watch Stardust?
Yeah.
From the late 90s? Good luck. You're going to be paying $9.99. I miss Blockbuster.
I did find this out, and this is going to shock you guys of how long this took, but this probably took, I think I found this out last year, that instead of going to the app and looking for something, I just go to the magical, the magnifying glass thing, and it searches all the apps so that you can actually type it in, because what will happen sometimes is it'll charge you on Amazon for it, and you're like, I'm not paying $5.99 to see this movie again, but then you go to that magnifying glass and you do the search for all the apps, and it'll tell you where the movie appears on the apps. And the cool thing is is it Tubi?
Tubi, that's free.
The one that it's like the TV that comes with your TV, but it doesn't have any of the major channels, but it's got everything else.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. If it's playing on that channel, it's always free because they have movies that play all the time. You can click on it and back it up, but you just have to watch it with commercials. That's the only thing, which my wife hates.
Oh yeah, I don't blame her. I don't.
Matter of fact,
I don't mind commercials if the baby's around, because I need him to respect the fact that we had to wait through these. But once he's in bed, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Someone just texted us at 77031. My brother always wanted to watch Red October, a 1990 movie.
Yeah, real good movie too.
You still had to pay for it as of last year.
Yeah. If it's not in the rotation, they're charging you for storing that, I guess. I've had that with a number of movies that I've kind of wanted to go back and watch. Actually, if I remember right, I wanted to show my wife either Spinal Tap or Monty Python's Flying Circus. I wanted her to experience Monty Python. I don't think she was really
a fan.
Well, just wasn't really shown.
Never exposed to it.
Yeah, never exposed to it when she was younger, and I don't think it's really up her alley. But I wanted her to see it because I think it's super, super funny. And it was the same thing. You go to look for it. You're like, yeah, you can find it, but it's like $8 or whatever.
I didn't have a lot of exposure to that growing up. So when my dad's best friend had this game on CD-ROM called Monty Python's Complete Waste of Time. I wasn't getting a lot of the humor. I wasn't connecting with a lot of the stuff.
You hit me as a guy that was watching cerebral stuff at a very young age.
Yeah, but that English humor can be
hit or miss.
Yeah, it is. It can be an acquired taste.
Yeah, because they're playing against how proper the society is and the culture is, right?
Well,
that's
we
what
have
I'm saying.
No reference.
They could make a joke and it wouldn't hit with you as an American audience because you don't understand how out of bounds it is, because in America it's a free-for-all, but over there they deal with culture and a proper way of moving through life. So when you break that norm, it's very funny to them. For us, it's just like, that's lame.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so well written and so unbelievably funny. It's incredible. I mean, Spinal Tap is one of the funniest movies of all time.
In the same way that, even if it's not a comedy thing, you just hear stories out of Great Britain and go, well, this doesn't seem like that big a deal. Somebody was chewing gum within 3 yards of the Queen, or within 100 yards of the, what's wrong with that?
Look, they hold their own families. The royal family holds their own family members to these things, and they call their ass out if they make a mistake on this kind of cultural stuff. So they take a look. When we talk to Daryl and Penny, they tell you how serious it is over there. How formal it is.
Oh, because he, of course, being a police officer in London, he'd worked Buckingham Palace. He talked about how the royal family can address you, but you cannot respond with a question back.
Okay.
So if they were to say the weather is lovely today, you can't say, oh, but did you hear we're supposed to get rain at the end of the week? You cannot do that.
Yeah. And even with the ones that like you. Because it's just protocol. It's not that they don't care about you or don't want to hear your opinion. It's just, it's protocol. You don't speak to them. They don't speak, they speak to you, and you just kind of take orders. That's how it is.
I believe Americans would not curtsy before if you're a woman, but if you're English, you do.
Oh, really?
I believe those are the rules.
Yeah. Never got the curtsy thing. Is that left foot back? Anyway.
I expect you to know.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Have you heard anything about the Martin Short doc? Are you a Martin Short fan?
I am a fan, and when they announced it, there was part of me that said, hey, I will likely watch this, but part of me doesn't want to.
Why not?
I don't want to see Martin Short be sad.
Yeah.
I just think of him as just an incredibly funny, very talented guy. I'll watch anything he's in. And it's just like, I know I'm going to watch it, and it's going to be like, okay, here's the awkward part where I have to watch this behemoth in comedy and in acting, talk about how many family members he's lost.
Oh, man.
It's terrible. Just recently his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think he lost both of his parents before he was a certain age.
Yes.
And the crazy thing is they say that tragedy is kind of what forms you into what he is. And, also he's considered one of the most liked, if not the most liked celebrity in Hollywood. Some people have said in the history of Hollywood. Like this guy is genuinely one of the kindest, most caring, thoughtful, engaging people you could ever meet.
Which I think kind of adds to the fact that you don't want to see bad things happen to him. Like there's a couple people where you go, oh, sorry.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, your parents are dead, asshole.
It's fascinating, though, when you think about it. Charlie Chaplin was considered one of the funniest people ever, and yet
problematic mustache.
Very problematic mustache, but such a tragic childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, Tears of the Clown, right?
Yeah,
the ones who make you laugh are usually privately the saddest.
And that's exactly what the case is with this. I mean, when and again, just seeing the stills from it. It looks like to be a whole lot. My father-in-law is a gigantic Steve Martin fan. I am as well.
The documentary on him, that 2-part docuseries,
is as good as it gets.
Just on fire in those early years.
And I got to tell you, if you're out there and you've ever thought about the entertainment business or the industry or what it takes to get there or whatever, I would urge you to read his book, Born Standing Up. It is genuinely amazing. It really is. It tells the story of how he got into the business, what he had to do, his mentality while going through it, and how even though on the outside it looked really silly and ridiculous, how unbelievably planned and written and rehearsed that crazy guy act was. And the fact that he did that in arenas, and we went to see the Martin Short and Steve Martin show when it came to the Dr. Phillips Center, and it was absolutely brilliant, dude.
Yeah.
It was next level comedy, and it was but in the same sense, it was like almost an advanced version of vaudeville. You got a very vaudevillian comedy duo kind of thing, and they take shots at each other over and over, but it was so much fun.
I really wish that I would have went to that. I think I was offered tickets at some point, and it wasn't in the cards. There was going to be a lot of rearranging of schedules, and that one I was like, damn it, we should have just gone.
I'm telling you, man, it was so unbelievably good. And, they're very good friends, and they do the whole Only Murders in the Building show and stuff like that, but I think they're going to do this tour again. Well, I don't know now with what happened with his daughter, but he talked about her struggling with that mental health for years. She had really fought it for many, many years.
Kid I went to high school with, in my grade, was in one of the seasons of Only Murders in the Building. He's a Broadway actor. He hasn't done a whole ton of TV, and he landed this role for Only Murders. And once he was able to start posting stuff about it, and because it was kind of hush hush based on who his character was.
Right.
Spoiler alert: the murderer. He was the actual murderer for that season.
All right.
Then it's just like, hey, this kid that I remember growing up, went to high school with, goofing around with Martin Short and Selena Gomez and
Steve Martin.
What's her face from Devil Wears Prada? The legend.
Anne.
No.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
How could you do this to me? Meryl
Streep. Teaching Meryl Streep old Broadway dances and stuff.
That's so crazy.
And you're just like, this is...
You don't deserve this.
I think he does deserve it. I think the kid's super talented and he's a great guy. But I go, did you just ever have an out-of-body experience while you're surrounded by all these great legends? What a treat.
I would just be peeing in my boot. Trust me when I tell you. All right, 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is coin, COIN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Deb, got some news for us?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a Utah children's book author learns her sentence. Florida's Attorney General escalates his battle with the NFL, and the next Miss America will be crowned in South Florida. We'll talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
All right, let's take a little break. We'll come back and get Deb's news and get the hell out of here on a Wednesday.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Wednesday evening forecast. Temperatures slowly dropping down into the low 70s as we see a handful of storms pick up as we head through the rest of the evening. Storms quieting down as we head through the overnight tonight. No storm should be nearly as intense as what we saw yesterday, so good news right there. Also, more good news, taking a look at your Thursday. It's going to be a lovely day. Temperatures maxing out throughout the mid-80s with lots of beautiful sunshine for your Thursday afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Florida Pest Control. Termite alert. Termite swarms are active in your area and can cause serious damage. Trust Florida Pest Control. Florida's termite expert since 1949. The only bugs they can't control are litter bugs. Book a free inspection at flapest.com.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, time to be a hero. Tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA. And man, look, if you have a family member that you think could benefit from this scan, you got to get them over there. The numbers are incredible. Tens of thousands of people have checked out Life Imaging FLA, and they've saved about 400 or 500 lives. And that is no joke. I'm serious as a heart attack. These guys really know what they're doing. And I got to tell you something else, man. This process is so easy. If you thought for a second it was going to be mechanical or real medical or anything like that, it really isn't. It really is so easy to do. And this information you get is no joke. It could literally save your life. We tell the story about the couple who got the gym membership, right? They wanted to go in and make sure that their hearts were okay for the workouts. Turned out the guy was in bad shape. He wound up with heart surgery in 4 days after that, and it saved his life. And guys, there are so many of those stories. That's why we urge you to get over and get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And please, while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. Don't wait. Do exactly what I did. Make this phone call today. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. Guys, they will connect you in seconds, and it is time. All right, let's take control of our long-term health care today.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we place the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, call us at 916-888-4000, 916-888-4000 if you'd like to learn more.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are solving the unsolvable. Our transplant experts are using new technologies like machine perfusion to increase the number of usable organs, reduce waiting times, and allow more patients to receive life-saving liver, heart, kidney, and lung transplants. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Sunnyside drains.
My drains are backing up.
I'm counting imaginary llamas. 8, 9.
What about my drain?
Wait, sheep are more fun. 10, 11.
I should have called 12, Frank Gay.
13.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
Frank Gay Services are the plumbers you can count on. From clogged drains to leaky pipes, we fix it all. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Dan Dennis here. Look, I don't need an attorney to tell you distracted driving is bad. Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt sees the aftermath every single day, and it's awful. So do me a favor. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and keep it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Does Florida care about AIDS? Somewhere in the state tonight, a mother is rationing the pills that keep her alive. On June 30th, she and 12,000 others will permanently lose access to Florida's AIDS drug program and the insurance support that keeps them healthy. After that, people start dying. Not in theory, in emergency rooms across this state. This isn't a budget problem. It's a choice. Go to ahf.org/ADAP. 1 minute could save thousands of lives.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. Proof that we have a face for radio. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
A lot of talk about this TV thing. Good Lord, that last segment blew up. I think we must have gotten 100 or so texts about that. People are very passionate about their streaming services and what they're watching and stuff.
You know it.
Just finished up the $1 Million Secret. Have you heard about this?
Have not.
Netflix show. It's like a reality show where they secretly give, there's like a group of, I think it's 8 or 10, and they give $1 million to one of the members, and they have to keep that secret from the others. But they force them to interact, and then they vote at the end of every episode on who they think has the $1 million.
Okay.
It's actually very interesting.
There has to be like a group of people who just write these, who just come up with these, And
let me tell you, man, this thing, when it hit Netflix, I was like, oh, I don't know, another one of these things. And then like 2 days later, it's like everybody's watching it.
Yeah. And why Love Island had gone, 6 seasons or so before people really started watching it.
And then it blew the blank up,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, that's a lot of those shows like that. They would have made them, nobody paid attention, and then now people are just searching for any content, and they're watching it and like, hey, this isn't bad.
One of the things that I think is going to be, it has a shelf life. It has an expiration date because it's probably increasingly hard to produce, is Claim to Fame. But it's just a group of people living in a mansion, quote unquote, and they are all related to somebody famous.
Oh, really? That's awesome. I didn't know that one.
And there's clues everywhere, and there's these games to get more clues, and you have to try and figure out who the famous person is related to. And some of them have been super easy. One of them was like Simone Biles' sister that looks like they could be twins. Like they look exactly alike. And
what platform is that on? It doesn't matter. I'll find it. It doesn't matter. But that's awesome, dude. That's a really cool idea.
It's been a couple seasons of it, and it's been fascinating. I think one of the early cast-offs was Chuck Norris's grandson.
Oh my goodness!
Because he snuck a phone in there to try to look people up, and they caught him.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah, but it's just it's been all stuff like that, and that's their claim to fame. In fact, one of them that got cut early one of the seasons was related to Tom Hanks. And they were
Chet?
and
it wasn't the old crazy Chet, was it?
It wasn't Chet. It was like a niece or something.
It was his niece. Now, I think she wanted the producers to go with her aunt is Rita Wilson. Like those clues would have been a little bit harder to get to.
Oh yeah.
But instead the clues they had were like a bench. They're like everybody knew Hanks. Forrest Gump.
No,
like
immediately, Tom Hanks.
She got cut like the first episode of that season, and they left her mic on as she was storming back to the mansion, just pissed off, and she's like, "Oh, are you an effing bench? Are you kidding me?"
It's cool they let that in, though, man. I mean, they could have easily cut that and save face, but I mean, that's good TV.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
C-Lane is here as well.
Hey.
Big thanks, buddy. As always, you're the man. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
Let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
A Utah woman convicted of murdering her husband and then writing a children's book about it is learning her fate.
A person convicted of those things is simply too dangerous to ever
be free.
Oh, man.
Corey Richens didn't show any emotion as a judge in Park City announced her life sentence for the 36-year-old mother of 3 young sons. She cried earlier during her final statement before sentencing while proclaiming her innocence. Corey Richens was found guilty in March of poisoning her husband in 2022 to collect on a life insurance policy. A year later, Richens self-published a children's book about grief to help her 3 young sons cope with their father's death.
Yeah, let that sink in for a sec and realize how completely evil that is. Didn't she kill him with fentanyl?
She killed him with fentanyl. In fact,
and she was like way in debt, like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
$100,000 in debt. She also was having a relationship. Prosecutors alleged that she thought she could just bump off her husband, Eric, take the life insurance policy, take off her debt, pay off her debt rather, and start a new life.
Wow.
Apparently, she had attempted to poison him earlier with a drink or a sandwich, and he had told a friend, I think my wife is trying to kill me.
Yeah, I remember that part of it.
Just
it's crazy.
A horrible story.
That's why I keep a very low life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Don't try it.
It's like an Amazon subscription.
Florida's Attorney General is escalating his fight with the NFL over its diversity hiring policy known as the Rooney Rule. Yeah, it's not like it's going to help our insurance prices, but AG James Uthmeyer has now issued a subpoena to the league, arguing the rule requiring teams to interview minority candidates for top jobs may violate state laws against race-based hiring. While the NFL recently updated its website and said some policies were misrepresented, Uthmeyer says those changes only raise more questions, including whether the league misled the public about its hiring practices. She's got a job. And then finally, the next Miss America will be crowned in South Florida. The competition will be held at the Palm Beach County Convention Center in West Palm Beach on September 6th. The Miss America organization announced the venue change recently. Last year's competition was held right here in Orlando.
Yeah, look at that.
And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that very much.
Sure.
Who do we have to thank today?
C-Lane. Yay!
Oh, you're
C-Lane.
quite welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, C-Lane. We really appreciate it. Yeah.
Listen to that crowd.
That's an 8-hour workday for our man right there. We want to also thank Daisy Fiore and Susie, the American Kestrel from the Audubon Center for
Great
Birds of
segment
Prey.
today. It was a really fun segment today.
She's always a blast.
Yeah.
Also want to thank Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, Joel Warren for stepping in for Ross Padgett to share what to expect during tonight's episode 108 of Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. Just in case you missed Animal House, Scott Maxwell, or Joel Warren, all 3 podcasts have already been posted at The Jim Colbert Show. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen, Candace Rich, and Alicia Bulware for running our YouTube chat.
Yeah, no question of the day today, but I do want to say that tomorrow is the very first day that we'll have our friend Chloe in to do a what's going on in Orlando, kind of like Danny did for us.
Oh, right.
Chloe Greenberg from the Orlando Weekly joins us to start her segment tomorrow. Plus, we'll do that in Colbert Court, and Ross will be in. It's going to be fun. I think actually Chase Padgett's coming in tomorrow as well.
Oh, that's right.
So
we got a full house.
It's going to be a blast tomorrow for sure. Chris, as always, thank you, buddy. You're the greatest.
You're welcome.
On behalf of Deb and Tom and Dan with the corporate time, it is Good Sauce, and of course, our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Wednesday evening.
And go put some hump in your day. Bye.
Hey, my little darling baby.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We're still working on cleaning up an accident. I-4 eastbound before Darrell Carter Parkway. Left shoulder is blocked, however, expect some heavy delays traveling through there. Accident also blocking the shoulder. I-4 eastbound before Sand Lake Road. Slow ride on I-4 westbound between Fairbanks Avenue and Robinson Street. And accident reported Western Way westbound at 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Dollywood Parks and Resorts. Visit Dollywood in the Great Smoky Mountains for thrilling rides, an award-winning water park, seasonal festivals, and incredible resorts. And for even more reasons to visit, the new night flight expedition is coming soon. Stay, play, and save by planning your trip at Dollywood.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with